How exciting. I did not expect this many people to be here. Hey, Rain. Is anybody out there? Is anybody in here? Diana H, Muffet Lou, Miss Mary, Liz Tricks. I was kind of surprised to see you. Liz R. Yes, I know. I never do this early of a live. Tiffinisms, Kestrel. Kestrel, I know you're modding on another channel. You don't have to be here, babe, but I also saw that you're having a rough day, and I'm sorry for that. Notice I have the door open. I have a little gate up that's like super tall that I bought at a thrift store in Kansas City to keep Bo away from the trash. But then I just started weighting down the trash can lid, and that wasn't a problem. So I remembered this thing, and they can't get through, and no one can get in, no one can get out that I'm aware of. We haven't tried it fully yet, so I'm not sure. But I'm going to see so that they can at least sniff each other. And there's like this much, it's not even an inch. Like they can't hardly touch, right? Oh, Joel Sachs is here. Kestrel, yes. Hey, Joel. Okay, Rain. Hey, HB from LBC, Beach Bum Beagle, Aspire, Inspire, Just Jen, Cliff Ann, Buffy, Lumen, Lady O, you're hilarious, by the way. Trixie, T. Louise. Okay, Kestrel. Hey, Michael Malloy. Rogue Hedgie, I still have to text you. I passed out last night. I was so tired. I was really tired last night. I haven't been sleeping great. Aspire to Inspire, Gina E. Kiki, hey babe, MLG Gamer, Swedish Fish Andrea, I'm happy to see you. Hey Anita, Sonia made it. Hey Abigail. Okay, because Abigail, I was going to say, I thought we weren't going to see you today, but I'm happy to see you. Hey Alana, Bonnie Bailey, Ann, Noelle made it. Anita Card, hey Bigsy, Audrey, Caitlin T. Thank you, Caitlin T. Okay, hey Donna Marie, hey Zoe, Jojo Bananas, you're wonderful, by the way. Yeah, I'm glad you made it, Swedish Fish Andrea, Ellie J, Tamber June, Lady O, you are hilarious. It's a fact. Rachel, welcome, girl. Hey, Julie, Denny, Angie Mo, Riley's Human, Armene. I'm doing an earlier live. I never. Well, hi, Bobs. Oh, somebody's jealous. I hear someone coming to the door. Hey, Linda Van Pelt, Lori Lee, Cheryl Roberts. I have to say this. I came in this morning to check on him, and I sat with him for probably about 15 minutes. Good for you, Lori. I want a pedicure so bad. Peggy Collins, and I noticed something. He seems a little bit better today. He was more perked up. I think he's more hydrated. Hey, Mrs. Hunty, he seems more like he was more alive to me today. He seems like he's slept really well and he's gotten a lot of hydration. And I have been emotional about it all day, but in a good way. Hey, Teresa. Oh, I love that, Abigail. I watched your video with True to It today. It was amazing. I can't wait to see the next one. I can't wait to do another one with her. She was great. Yeah, Natalie Lumen, I agree. I've been talking a lot to Fred about him. Hey, Gemini girl. And I mean, maybe it's false hope for me, but he seemed more at ease today. He seemed more, hey, Mittens. He just seemed a little bit, there was something different. He just seemed more perked up to me. Hey, Bubs. And like his body is so happy that I think he's so happy to have all the ticks removed. Hey, Holly Day, I think all those ticks being taken off of him. And I think sleeping, hey, no one sleeping for all these days in a row, soundly, safely, right? Like he knows he's safe. And I think all this just over abundance of food and water, I think he's just like, yes, yes. And I think honestly, he was so dehydrated. Hi, pretty boy. He was so light. Oh, he's so lightweight. But he's purring away. Oh, he's rubbing all over me. Hey, Deanna Downey. Hey, Natalie. Yeah, ticks probably getting the ticks taken off of him and defleeing him and deworming him. I bet he's feeling better. Yes, he feels like a king. Yes. I just think he seems, there's something different. He just seems a little bit more. Hello, you. He just seems, I don't know what it is. I don't even know that it's visual for me as much as I just noticed a shift, like in his whole overall self. I just noticed this shift. He seemed happier and he seemed like his body is just like, thank you, lady. Yeah, Linda Van Pelt. He's perkier. Yeah, there's something. Well, he had energy before. He wasn't like super depleted, but it's just, he just seems like maybe he's more at ease and knowing that maybe I'm finally giving him his body a chance to heal, right? Thank you, Martin. Like, I don't believe for a second that this cat has had a chance to even have a safe space to land. I'm glad I wasn't there on Sunday, Mother's Day, but Huxley was. And the two Great Pyrenees that live at my parents', like, they would have killed it. They killed deer. They kill baby deer. And I'm like, don't tell me. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. They do it all the time. They're vicious, those dogs. I mean, they're protecting their land, but they are enormous and they do not allow animals. I'm shocked that Bo and Gertie are allowed up there, but I think they're just used to them. But I'll tell you, it took a couple of months. Like, I held Gertie and they would show their teeth at him. And I was like, oh, hell no. You bite this dog and I will beat you to death with your own arm that I tear off. So they tried to kill him. Huxley said they chased him into the forest and then he came back a couple hours later and they chased him into the forest again. And I thought that was on Sunday when I wasn't there and I was out with my mom and sister. Hey, Joanne Hawley. Oh, happy birthday. Wow, Martin, today is my brother-in-law's birthday too. That's awesome. Somebody told me today was Nora's birthday too. A lot of birthdays today. Happy birthday to all you guys. That's awesome. See, he just seems different to me. I don't know what it is. You know what I think it is? He's a fighter. He's not ready. He wasn't ready, and I wasn't either. I just knew it. And I'll tell you right now, I would have put him down yesterday if the vet came in and said, he's like, if he was in bad shape. If I had brought him in, I would have absolutely, if I could tell he was suffering and on his last leg. I love that, Cliff Ann. I would have. I'm not horrible about that. I will put an animal down if it needs to be put down. I'm not that kind of person. But he did not tell me that. I just felt it from him. Like, I'm not ready. It's not time. He's not suffering. And he may bounce back, guys. What if he does? And you know what else I'm going to do? I decided this on my plan. Yeah, Linda, I decided this. Hey, Marlugo. Oh, he's so pretty. I decided that I'm going to keep feeding him, obviously, but feeding him wet food. Hey, Donna. Hey, bud. I'm going to keep feeding him wet food and dry, but he likes, obviously, the wet food, which is easier on his teeth. And I've been softening the dry food. I've just been softening it with water. And I thought, I'm gonna do this. This is my plan. I'm going to, hey, Case Face KC, I'm gonna get all the other cats checked for feline leukemia. But here, I'm gonna feed him for I'm happy for you, Lori Lee. I'm gonna feed him for the next 6 weeks. I think I'm gonna do 6 weeks of the wet food every day and keep him hydrated, keep him just resting and see what happens. And I'm going to make another appointment. I'm gonna have the vet do a full exam again on him, check him over, and weigh him. And I want her to tell me, and I'm going to have him retested because so many of you have reached out to me. Yes, Marlugo, exactly. So many of you have reached out to me and said, sometimes you can get a false positive. You can get a false positive with the feline leukemia test. And so I thought, I'm going to check him again in 6 weeks, and I'm going to take my other 3 cats and I'm going to have them tested as well, because it would be interesting to know that if especially Moose and Seamus have it. There's a chance they could, you guys. They do go outside. However, they already tested negative when I had them neutered and had their shots done. The only thing I'll say is hey, Tony P, I kind of doubt it because the vet said that they would have to, hey, Tracy Murphy, they would have to get into fights with other cats. And I'm pretty sure there are no cats around here. I would know about it. I feel like I would see them and they would be living here. Hey, Scientology up north. So how do you guys feel about that? I think 6 weeks. Let's give it 6 weeks. Hey, Irish Mart. I'm seeing some people I don't normally see, probably because we're doing an earlier show. I'm thinking 6 weeks. We get him retested and we get him weighed again and we see where he's at. And I want to know if he's gained any weight. Now, I won't expect him to gain a ton of weight, but I'm hoping that in 6 weeks, guys, maybe I think his immune system is poor. Hey, Robin Miners, I think his immune system is poor because of the rough life he's been having to live, fighting probably for his life. And a couple of you reached out as well and said he may his teeth are broken. Oh my God, that scared the crap out of me. I was like, did somebody steal my, that freaked me out. Is that one of the mods? How'd you do that? That's wild. Somebody posted on my behalf and I thought it was a fake account. Wow. It's not a fake account, right? No, it's real. Okay. That was weird. Never seen such a thing in my life. That frightened my soul. I am a lurker from the start, rooting for you, girl. Thank you, Scientology up north. What did you say to me? Some of you said that, I thought that too. Oh, that's funny. So, Kestrel, was it you that said his teeth? A couple of you said his teeth could be broken because did you say that he might be trying to even eat rocks and hard stuff from living, okay, that's funny, Kathy. And you have a new picture. I pinned it earlier and somehow it got delayed. You frightened us all, Kathy, and you scared us all. I was like, oh my God, somebody's in here with my name. At least do something cool, like Reese sucks or unrelatable or catfishing, sad grifting Reese, one of those. Oh my God, Swedish Fish Andrea thought that too. He's eating again. That's another good sign. Oh, Angie Mo said that about the rocks. He could be chewing through cans to get to food. So that's also why he may have broken teeth. I heard that too, Denise LaFond, Kathy. The other good thing that Kestrel pointed out, it's actually a really good sign that he's eating. I have a cat here. It's a good sign that he's eating because if he did have some type of cancer and he was super sick, a couple of you said that he probably would not have that much of an appetite. And I thought that was great news. I thought, oh my God, that's probably a really good point, right? I'm just being hopeful. I really, really hope. Hey, Jolie. Jolie, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time. It's sad, Buffy. I think he had bad teeth. Oh, his hair is all over my beard. I think he had bad teeth because of his malnutrition. He'll be fine now. Yes, it's a good sign, Lumen. Lumen's a big cat person too. Oh boy, he really sheds. Broken teeth are less common in cats than dogs. We usually see broken teeth in more feral or semi-starved cats. Yes. Oh, Jolie, I'm sorry to hear that, babe. I love your picture. Healing vibes your way. I did not know that. I'm sorry. That could be too, Jojo Bananas. Hey, Joyce Drager. Maybe he had soft teeth because of the lack of calcium and having leukemia and now low immune system. Well, that's what I think too. But I also believe, guys, I mean, I'm a big believer in, I've always forced this on my child, making him get plenty of sleep. I still do it. Good nutrition. I really believe sleep and good food can help heal a person. And so I think if we just keep him on this plan, I felt guilty yesterday. I was like, hey, Erica H. I felt guilty and I thought, this is a miserable life though. This is a miserable life as far as he's just going to be in this room, right? But I don't think so. And he seems very happy in here and he doesn't cry at the door. He doesn't act like he wants to get out. Like I have the door open with a gate up and he's sitting right here next to me. Like he's not, hey, Lee Sane, I don't think, hey, True to It. I don't get the impression now. I don't feel guilty anymore about it. I'm like, I don't feel like this is Wanda. She said that he's between 5 and 8 years old. He's way older than I thought he was. Hey, Sassy, I don't get the impression that he hates it in this room. I get the impression that he's very at ease in here. Hey, Drive-In Fan. Yeah. And like some people texted me last night and they were like, I have a cat that's lived in, like I have to keep my cats separated. So one lady texted me last night and she was like, it's normal. She was like, I have a cat I have to keep on the other side of the house in a room because she doesn't get along with the other cats. I don't think it's the worst thing. And I also think, I do too, Holiday. I don't think he wanted to be an outdoor cat. I think he is, you can tell by his personality. He's so sweet. Beth says if he were in pain, you would know. That's probably true too. Oh, I love you, Joel. I'm happy that you're here. I knew I'd probably see you today doing an earlier show. You are a wonderful person for rescuing him. Joel, thank you so much. And I love you. Thank you. And yeah, it's better than what he had before, right? I think that was Donna Marie. I think that was people trying to make fun of my looks, which is hilarious because the people who are making fun of my looks, we have a lot to work with there, but we just won't, right? You know what I mean? Like maybe just sit up straight. That would even help, right? If you know, you know, but you probably don't. But just sometime, guys, take a look at the people who are making fun of me. I think we have a lot of content to work with there, but we won't, and I won't. Yeah, it's just a troll. It's just a troll. I'm just saying, like, I have a great example. Hey, Brian Webb, I have a great example. I always told this to Jeff and Tommy, the last 2 men I've been with, and I will say this to the next few men that I'll be with, because we know there's going to be a few, right? If you're going to cheat on me, you had better cheat on me with someone way hotter, because if you cheat on me with somebody uglier than me, I'm going to be pissed off. I will be embarrassed. It's like if they wear ugly clothes. That's a reflection on me. Like if you look bad and you have a terrible haircut and you're wearing like pleated khakis with your New Balances, that's a reflection on me because I'm with you. So if you cheat on me, thank you, Anna Fernandez. I used to say this to Jeff all the time. If you cheat on me, dude, it better be with somebody really effing hot. If you go downhill and you cheat on me with an ugly bird, we're going to have problems because it's a poor reflection on me, right? Like, so it's the same thing here. The people who are making content that are making fun of my looks, come on. There's a lot I could say about that. I won't because I'm not going to be mean. Reese, don't be a Scientologist, but there's a lot to work with there. We've got a lot to work with there. Okay. And I think most of us know that. All right. So before we start look shaming and how we do our makeup and what our skin looks like and maybe our teeth, right? Okay. That's all I'm going to say. You can't have somebody super ugly calling someone else ugly. It just doesn't work. They cancel each other out. It doesn't work that way. So you can say it all you want. It's the law of the universe. You know what I mean? Like you're not even trying. Put some effort into yourself and then I will feel better about it. But like right now, I wouldn't even say that we're trying. Joanne Hawley, I think he is happy to have the one-on-one attention and love, probably something he never had. I think at least for a long time. I think at least Joanne for a very long time. Yeah, I think that's true. He obviously needed it badly. And thank you for your super chat. I disagree with you, Raymond. Strongly, actually. Does that also apply to the next wife? Because if so, I had a huge compliment. I don't know if he got remarried, but happy birthday to him tomorrow. Happy birthday to him. Couldn't be happier for him. Hey, Tallulah. There you go. Glass houses shouldn't throw rocks. And also, I will stand up for myself. So, Raymond, I disagree with you because of that. I will absolutely stand up for myself. I am not going to be quiet about that anymore. I'm also not going to, oh, Wanda, don't be silly. I'm also not going to, Raymond, I'm also not going to make content about these idiots all the time, but let's just call it what it is. Mean and ugh, right? If you know, you know. Yeah, very much so, Kestrel, very much so. However, I have real stuff I want to talk about today, and those people are not even close to real. They are not even close. Abigail, I will bring health and healing to it. I will heal my people and will let them enjoy abundant peace and security. That's beautiful, Abigail. I love that. And again, I love that picture of you. Thank you for your super chat, babe. I love when you give us those. Hey, Crime Me a River. Let me put this up here in case he wants to sit there. You can sit here, Bubs. Also, I need to plug in my phone. You're funny. Hey, Epsington. Yeah, well, that's okay, Raymond. I still don't agree with you. I don't think it's okay for people to judge other people's looks. And I think it's perfectly okay to point out people who judge other people's looks don't necessarily have looks themselves. That's all. That's all. Gracie. Thank you, Gracie. Hey, Lily, he's doing good. He's actually sitting down here. So I said this yesterday. There's things I want to talk about, but I didn't really prepare for it. So I have some things I want to say, and it has to do with the good for you, Marlugo. Yeah, I agree with that love and life. However, I will say this, it is about looks. You know why? Because when you attack people, I've said this 100 times. Have you ever met someone who's really good looking until they open their mouth and they're really rude to a server or they just treat people bad, they're super entitled? Have you ever seen that and suddenly they are unattractive? Of course you have. Have you ever seen someone who may not be your chiseled, perfect, attractive person and then they treat people really well and they're super kind and they have a big heart and suddenly they're more attractive? That's what I'm getting at. Bullying and hating and shaming people makes you fucking ugly. And it does. It makes you physically ugly. So before you go making fun of me for having too much blush on, take a look at yourself because you're ugly. And I'll be the first to say it. They're unattractive. Making fun of other people the way that they do makes you ugly. Look at the main dude. That's the most unattractive individual person I've ever seen before. I wonder why. Because he has an ugly heart and he treats people horribly and he calls women the C word and he's a crazy racist. Enough said. That'll make you ugly, right? It will. So if you don't agree with that, that's perfectly fine. But I have no problem saying you're ugly for the shit that spews out of your mouth. Hey, Chris Sheehan, yeah, Lady O, I feel the same way. You become unattractive, and that happens to anybody. It's all in your character. It's how you treat people. Yeah, thank you for that. Hey, dreaming of blue skies and beaches. Beauty is inside out. Yes, Mandy. Hey, pepperoni nips. Pretty is as pretty does, while ugly is to the bone. Beauty fades away while ugly holds its own. Interesting. I think Reese is trying to say that a negative, hateful attitude shines through in all the ways and can be seen. Right. So that's what I'm saying. We have a lot to work with there. We have a lot to work with there. You treat people like shit, you become very unattractive on the outside. I don't have a problem saying that. Yeah, Wanda, well, there's all kinds of people who mock things. Yeah, sympathizing with that hate is also very ugly, Lumen. Yes. Inside ugly is beyond gross love. Ooh, cool picture, love and life. I like that picture. Yeah, dark. It's dark and ugly, and it shows on your face. It shows in how you take care of yourself. It shows in your whole demeanor on the outside because of what's going on the inside. I don't have a problem saying that. I don't feel wrong. I stand by saying that. You become an ugly, ugly person. Okay? Enough said. Anyway, the point is, this actually has a lot to do with what I want to talk about. He's cleaning himself. That's another thing I haven't seen him do much yet. This is, yeah, right there. Yes, looks have very little to do with how attractive a person actually is. I could not agree with that more. And you know what? I think that's why, hey, Heather Landau, this is kind of sad to say, but a lot of the men that I've been with, I have had so many people in my life be like, why were you attracted to that? Ugh. Because I saw them as different than the way other people see them. Thank you, Pepper. I saw it differently. That goes with, hey, Vicki Andrews, what about Fred? I married a 95-year-old man. I saw his heart. I also think, I think Fred is the most attractive, sexy man ever. But I feel that way. Like I said, I have a huge crush on Philip Seymour Hoffman. Most people would not think he probably was that attractive. However, his real outside world, hey, Marty Jewell, his real life outside of his acting career, I was told, I've read, he was amazing to people. He treated people so well, and that makes me more attracted to you. So like, while a lot of people think guys are ugly that I've been with, I thought they were attractive because I thought they were the people they said they were in the beginning, right? Hate can cause stress, wrinkles, constipation, etc. No wonder I have no problem pooping. I love Marlugo. Diana H, I love that. Grooming, and thank you for your super chat. You're hilarious, Marlugo. Grooming is a sign Finn feels better, safe, and not stressed. He's just sitting here grooming himself. I haven't seen him do that yet. Me too, Brian Webb. Me too. People should treat others the way you would like to be treated. Simple, simple, simple equation. And yet people can't seem to follow through with that. Hi. I had a huge crush on Philip Seymour Hoffman, especially after I saw him in State. See, now I didn't see him in a lot of movies. I wish I had. I thought he did great in The Master. Hi. Did you give yourself a bath? Oh, he's a baby. I loved him in The Master. I loved him in his small part in Red Dragon. Great movie. I've seen him in a few movies, but not as many as you guys have probably seen. I just liked his character outside of Hollywood. And I like that he didn't. I don't care about stars. I really am not into celebs. But I will say I'm more into celebs that don't have anything to do with Hollywood. You never see them in the news. They just live their lives. Oh, yeah, Rocks in a Box. I loved him in Almost Famous. I loved him. Loved him in that movie. See, he just seems better. He seems more like almost like kid. Yes. Doesn't he almost seem like he has kids' personality now? Like he's back. First of all, it feels like we've known each other for years. Jill Turner. I feel like I've known and had him for years. I never saw Magnolia, Alana, but my ex-husband, Michael, always liked that movie. Hey, Stacey Toms. Love you, Stacey Toms. I'm glad to see you back. What was I saying? So there's some things that I want to. Harrison Ford rarely does Hollywood things. See, I didn't know that, and I'm not really attracted to Harrison Ford. He's okay, but I don't know. Philip Seymour Hoffman is one that I really, really, I should see Magnolia. No, I did not know that, Raymond. So something I wanted to discuss, there's a topic that I have here. you want to stay here? Okay. That's what Michael said. The soundtrack is amazing to Magnolia. There is an Amy, what's her name, song on it I really like called Save Me. It's from that soundtrack. I love that song. Hey, Lisa F. Whoa, dream big. Oh my God, Buffy, you're hilarious. That cat is definitely not on his deathbed. He doesn't seem like it to me either. Hey, Sigrid. I know I do too, Buffy. Thank you, Brian Webb. I'm really happy about this. You just seem better today. Did you know that? Oh. I'm happy to see you, Georgia. Amy Mann. Yes, Lumen, I like Amy Mann. So do you guys remember the conversation I had with my new friend the other day? And it's just, this conversation was about strength. And she said to me, for those of you that weren't here for it, I'll keep it brief. She said to me, basically, she works in media and she has her whole life. And she said something to me that nobody else has ever said to me. And I've had people say the same thing to me for a long time, since I started this channel. Not since I started this channel, since I started getting hate. She said to me, you need to stand up for yourself. You need to make it known that you're standing up for yourself. And she said, 85% of your channel, your people, will always love you. And she said, you will always, anybody in this kind of industry, right? Yeah, Jackie C4. Anybody in this kind of industry, she said, you can always expect 15% of haters, always. And she said, the reason for that is because, hey, Cherise, she said, the reason for that is because nobody likes, hey, Carolyn Cotter, nobody likes everybody. No, nobody is for everybody. You will never have 100% of people liking you. So why would it be any different here? Oh, good, he's eating again. So 15%, she was like, is an automatic. They're going to always exist. They'll always be around. But she said, hey, Meredith Lynn, she said, you have to be able to acknowledge that, stand up for yourself. And I said, you know what's interesting? Sorry, I washed my hair today and I don't like it when it gets flat. You know what's interesting about that? Everybody I've ever talked to about this subject who wants to give me advice, everybody has said the same thing. Ignore it. Don't give that any oxygen. Christine Baker. And she said to me, why? They're not going to go away. Ignoring it doesn't make it go away, right? But she was like, now I'm not saying jump all over it and make that your content, but she said, you definitely should acknowledge and say, hello, haters, we know you're here. We expect you to be here. And she said, I don't know why you would ignore it. It's never going to go away. So by ignoring it, she said, you are suppressing and minimizing yourself. So they get to just throw all the shots they want and we're just going to ignore it and hope it goes away. It's not going to go away. It's never going to go away. You'll always have 15% of haters and they'll always be irrelevant. They'll always be liars. They'll never know. Like, do you remember what Huxley said on Mother's Day? I thought it was genius. He said, they don't know who we are. They don't know us. Hey, Linda G, they don't know us. They don't know anything about us. They claim to know us. That's different. They're liars. They're total liars. How could you presume to know everything about a person you've never met? You're insane. That's what the answer to that is. You have disadvantages. It makes me think of that line that Will Graham says, Ed Norton and Hannibal. No, Red Dragon. Anthony Hopkins says, how did you catch me? And he goes, you think you're better than me? You think you caught me because you outsmarted me? And he goes, no, I'm not smarter than you. And he goes, then how did you catch me? And he's all pissed off and he's in his prison cell. And he goes, Ed Norton goes, you had disadvantages. And he goes, what disadvantages? And he goes, you're insane. And it's true. They have disadvantages. They're insane. They're insane. I don't have to call shots back. I don't have to go crazy with it, but they're insane. And I think it's perfectly okay to acknowledge that. Say, hi, haters, there's 15%. You'll always watch. You'll always be obsessed with me, right? Yeah, Lady O. I love that scene. He's like pressing him hard. And he's like, you think you're smarter than me? And he's like, no, I know I'm not smarter than you. And he goes, then how? How did you catch me? He's like, you had disadvantages. And he's like, what disadvantages? He's like, you're insane. It's true. They're insane. There's no reason to try to tangle that, undo those Christmas lights. They're nuts. They're nuts, plain and simple. But the point is, Big Z, this is it. It's insane. It's Christmas lights, cute picture. I still don't understand why these people care so much. They're grown adults. Don't they have lives? It's pathetic. Yes, that's true. Yes, he did, Martin. What movie was that, Love and Life? That was Red Dragon with Ed Norton and Hannibal Lecter. What's his name? Anthony Hopkins, my crush. It's true, though. Take a look at that. Zoom out. They're insane. Hey, Haggis Basher. So it got me to thinking these last few days. And she was like, she said, I told her I was thinking about, it was a great movie. I told her that I was thinking about taking a step back. I said, in a lot of ways, they are making me feel worn out. It's wearing me out. And she was like, why would you do that? Now, same thing. Everybody says, well, then they win. Oh, well, sure. But this isn't a win or loss thing for me. I've already won. You know how I've already won? Because they're alone. They're alone. None of these people are friends. Hate bonding is not friendships. It's not. I promise it's not. It's evil, it's demonic, it's gross, it's sludge, it's just disgusting toxicity. And we don't have that. So no matter what, they will always be alone. And I am not. Therefore, I have already won. And winning is subjective. And that is my definition of winning. I have all of these people here to support me, and I always will. Yes, funny is also attractive. Hey, Gloria, you are evolving and they are stuck. Yes, yes. And it's very Scientology. I was thinking that too. Also, Abigail, I was like, God, these people, I'm sure these people are being paid by somebody. At this point, I have absolutely no doubt somebody's being paid. And I am starting to wonder if it is Scientology paying them. This is very Scientology behavior, big time Scientology behavior. And not that it really matters, because hate is hate, whether they're being paid or not, or what the whole end goal is, but they are really stuck on me, super focused on me. There's something to that. Make no mistake, there's something to that. I have a strong feeling they are being paid. Yeah, Haggis Basher says, I'm thinking these days there are a lot of people out there being paid. Yeah, I have no doubt that these people who are just fixated on me, that don't even know me, why else would you do that? They're not being paid. It's not like they're making a ton of money on YouTube. They're mad that I get super chats. I mean, they might get a few here and there, but they're certainly getting paid. Hey, Lemster, thank you. It's number 91. So something that she said to add to, if you quit, they win. Sure. We all know that, right? I know this. Yeah, Angie Mo's right. Oh, that's going to piss him off. Next video coming up will be, nobody is paying me. I'm sure. And I'm sure that they're telling the truth too. Hey, Sarah Bell. You don't do Scientology content? Oh my God. Yes. Well, first of all, I do, Abigail. I don't do it all the time. There's a difference. Scientology does not want me here on YouTube. Doesn't really matter. I have all kinds of Scientology things I talk about. Hey, Debbie A. And you better believe it that Scientology doesn't want me here, whether I talk about it every day or not. No question, Abigail. Absolutely no question. They cannot stand it. Hey, Amanda Dear, I was wondering about you the other day. So she said to me, if you quit, they will focus on somebody else that, hey, Linda Garden Lady, they will focus on somebody else that perhaps will be so weakened to the point that that person has dark thoughts. And that changed everything for me. I thought, you're absolutely right. 2, snap the fuck out of it. Snap out of it. Why am I worn down? Why am I tired from this? I shouldn't be. And then I realized, because I'm allowing it in my life. Why am I even looking at it? Why do I care? Right? Why are people sending me little tidbits of shit left and right? I don't know. I don't need to know about it. Right? Hey, Stella. Oh, we lost our grandma Saturday evening. We were there when it happened. Such a blessing. That is a blessing, but right before Mother's Day. I'm sorry, Stella. That's really rough. Love you, girl. I'm sorry to hear that. But I'm glad that you were there with her. That is, I always say that about Fred. It was a huge gift. Yeah. It's a huge gift to be with someone as they pass. I'm glad you were there with her. Yeah, Abigail, no question. I would put all kinds of money on that. No question. Scientology doesn't want me on YouTube. Hi. Hello, you. Yep, because as I've said before, in some ways, Reese is actually more dangerous to Scientology because she is showing, not telling, that you can do very well and be happy. The other thing is, Abigail, that I know of, I'm sure I'm not the only one. Hey, Julia. Yeah, he's right here. Statutory rape. Hey, little mink. I have proof, lots of proof of the statutory rape that happened with me. So I think that they don't want that. They don't want me talking about it. Whether I talk about it once a month or once every 3 months, they still know I'm a huge liability because I was a Scientologist for 38 years. As much as maybe other people out there want you to believe that I wasn't ever in Scientology or none of this ever happened, unfortunately, it did happen. And I have proof of a lot of it. And I have those recordings. And I have a lot of things I think that other people don't have that I'm able to show. I don't just have stories. Like, I have things that I can actually show. And I haven't shown everything. But they don't want that out there. Think about it for a minute. Think about my story just in general. They don't want that out there at all, right? Hey, Ruth. Miss Mary, thank you for becoming a member, babe. That's really nice of you. Thank you. So I think it's just more the impact. I agree with this so much. Someone said this yesterday, and I agree with this so much. It is a hate campaign, Swedish Fish Andrea, but they're idiots, and they're starting to look really bad. There's no reason ever to bully an ex-Scientologist second gen who speaks out. Well, if you remember, one of my biggest haters now, she used to say, like, I will protect these second gens and I'm the mother bear of these second gens. And now she just attacks people. So, I mean, yeah, it's true. You should not bully a second generation ex-cult member of a Scientology cult, right? But to be fair, nobody should be bullied for anything, whether you were in a cult or not. You just look like a fucking idiot. How could you bully somebody when they come out of this and made it, when they come out stronger, they come out swinging, and you're really going to try to bully them after you said you would never do that? Trash. Garbage, absolute garbage. Yeah. And they're grown adults. Of course they are. Some of these people are way too old to be behaving this way. Correct, Buffy. Nobody should be bullying anyone. for their story. Nobody should be saying their story's a lie. Nobody should be saying she wasn't that bad. Her story wasn't as bad as she's making it sound like. She just plays the victim. Do you realize that's like the same thing as saying she wasn't really raped? You realize like lowering and minimizing somebody's past trauma and trying to say it wasn't that bad. She didn't really lose that much of her family. Like any of those things is such a fucked up thing to say. And they're doing it. They're doing it. They're saying it now. They're saying it now. The one who was supposed to protect everybody is saying that now. That story didn't really happen. And here's why I think it didn't really happen. That's absolute garbage. It's absolute garbage, especially with the people that they hang out with and support, right? Yeah, she does tend to pick fights with ex-Scientologists, and it is weird. I don't know if it's a jealousy thing. I don't know if it's like, I'm somehow better than you. Yeah, comparing trauma is such a gaslighting. Yeah, she feels so entitled. She was bullied in exactly the same way. It is weird. She shut her whole channel down. Remember, she deleted her entire channel because she couldn't handle it. She couldn't handle the heat. She was being bullied too much, right? Hello, it's very strange. That's why I think somebody's being paid. Somebody's getting something out of this. She has bullied more ex-Scientologists than I can count, going on rants about people she doesn't know. Well, let's let her do that because it makes her, what was it again? You had disadvantages. What disadvantages? You're insane. It's insanity. It's totally insane. So you keep doing that. Run that game because it makes you look like a really healthy person of sound mind and body, right? I mean, you look insane. Hey, Mona. So that was what my friend said, and it really helped me to feel stronger. And it helped me to shake it off and snap the hell out of it as far as people getting to me. Cut them out of your life if you have to, but like people getting to me. Is this the one who wears the 1488 t-shirt? Well, it doesn't say 1488. It says FTG, but yes, the FTG is a t-shirt that was made by the Nazi. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So again, whoever your friends are is quite the reflection, I think. Critters Creations. I'm talking about my ex-husband. I wasn't talking about a woman. Not that that makes it okay, but he had the worst outfit on when I first saw him. And I was like, we're going to have to, this is not going to be able to reflect on me. Who would watch their channels if they didn't try to make drama? Well, that's the other thing, guys. These people are not content creators. They make content based off of me. So they're drama creators, right? They're drama creators. They're not content creators. There's no original content happening here. They cannot make original content. So instead, we feed off of others like a leech. That's just, take a look at it. It's just a cycle. And then speaking of cycle, they recycle the same shit about me all the time. It's the same recycled shit. It's just boring. She's totally controlled by emotion. She absolutely is controlled by emotion. She's pure reactional. Like more reactional than I think I've ever seen someone before. Her and the knife order guy, the butter knife guy, are so reactional. And that shit juice guy, Mr. White owned, those people are all incredibly reactional, ruled by emotion. You can tell that TRs were never a thing. They may be grown adults, but their actions are giving teenager mode. 100%, Marlugo. Yeah. And I don't mind saying that because it's the truth. It's absolutely obvious, right? Thank you for your super chat. Goot Juice. Yeah, I think we're going to call him Anal Leakage. That's his new name for me. Anal Leakage Juice. That's his name because that's what he is. So the next part to my story here is my friend tells me all of this. I do my thing with True to It, which was amazing. We did an amazing stream together. And what were my notes on this? True to It did something I've never had done before, and it was called oh my God, this is crazy. I just opened this notebook. This is an old notebook, and I flipped through it to make notes the other day. But in the beginning of this notebook, I have the list of people I wrote out for our wedding, for Jeff and I's wedding. I have a list of friends, and I have a list of family. A lot of gestures on this list. Wow, a lot of gestures. Hey, Florence. So, yeah, way too deep into the emotions and doesn't check the facts before. Well, that will come back to bite anybody, right? Okay, so True to It did my numbers, what'd she call it, numerology. And there were all these things about me that I really enjoyed and I tried not to reject, meaning she said, like, these are your numbers. And I thought it was fascinating. I'm mainly a 2, which this doesn't really surprise me. It's not hard to believe. 2 is intuitive. You can see with your eyes closed. You're able to read the room is what I wrote down because that's what she said. And I think that's really special. I wouldn't say I'm super, super intuitive, but I would say I've always been very intuitive. High Priestess. I thought that was really kind of cool. I'm a 4, which is the energy of an emperor, natural born leader, a father, she said, which makes sense because she said you had to raise yourself. You didn't have one. I thought that was kind of neat. And they also have quick, dry wit. And she said, I loved this. She said they have oak tree energy. I thought that was really cool. Hey, Donna Cooper. And so I'm not going to read all of it. Well, I thought this was cool. I am an 8 also, which is a humanitarian, which speaks to justice and an advocate for protective energy, justice and truth seekers. Hey, lady. Oh, lady. Oh, I already talked to you. Charlotte is who I meant to say hi to. Hey, Charlotte. But lady, oh, you're cool too. Advocate for protective energy, truth and justice seekers for all, and will engage in a passionate debate. That would be me. You know who else is an 8? Fred. And I thought that was really cool. The point is, I'm not trying to sound cool here. But after looking at that and understanding that, yeah, Martin, me too. I really liked the oak tree energy. Strength, guys. Rooted strength. And I am not a pussy. I've never considered myself to be a pussy. There's a difference. I have fears that are irrational. And I think that stems from Scientology, big time. I think Scientology putting me in ethics all the time, making me all concerned and worried about what's coming next. Thank you, True to It, for doing it. I'm not a weakling. I've never considered myself a weakling. People can, what did you say, True to It? I actually didn't write that down. This is a fact too. And I've noticed all the venom they speak with, it's pure hatred. And their facts are laughable. They twist and turn to fit their narrative. It's actually laughable and sad at the same time. That's a fact. I agree with this so much. What did you say about... Hi. The point that I was trying to make. Sorry, no one. And then he shows up. Tell me that's not some kind of a sign that this 5-pound, weak, hey, Killy Billy, sickly little orphan shows up who's full of love, full of life. What does that represent? Yes, Anna Banana, my door is open. I have a gate up. Do you see the steady thing? I see it in you. It's like you were always grounded in some way in the expression you have. Yeah, we talked about that I'm steady. Thank you, though, Anna Banana. Warrior. This guy shows up, I think, to teach us all, but mainly me, a point. To me, this guy is pretty beat up. He's got broken teeth. He's skin and bones. He's emaciated. He probably had worms. I'd have him dewormed. He had tons. The vet said he was covered in ticks. Those were her words. He was covered in ticks. What are ticks? Anal leakage juice, the butter knife hoarder, those are ticks trying to suck our energy. He shows up, barely getting by. Hey, Shell. Vampires, yes. And right at the right time, because I was feeling this sudden shift of like, they're getting to me. I'm starting to feel these parasites more than I should. Well, the only reason they were getting to me is because I was allowing it. I was handing over some power and I was allowing it. I was seeing things. I was reading things. People were sending me things. No. They have no power unless you give it to them. These people are useless. They're losers. And I mean that in the full sense of the word. They're total losers. They have no use whatsoever. So I start to feel kind of like I'm faltering. I feel like I'm a little bit weak. I feel like I'm kind of letting water into the boat. And then it hit me. And I thought, absolutely not. Again, I've said this. All the things I've been through, we're not going to let this be the thing, first of all. Second of all, we're so much stronger than that. Come on. Biggsy says the people you are talking about have to be really miserable because happy people do not give so much energy to things that make them feel bad. They need to feel superior than you to feel good. But I read a quote the other day, and this is not my quote, but I love it. Haters focus on winners. Winners focus on winning. They're focused on us because we're winning. And winning is subjective. We're not winning anything other than we accomplish things over here by seeing our faults, knowing that we have also made mistakes. We want to learn. We want to grow. We want to become better people. We want to treat people better. We want to take care of our skin. We want to eat right, but then we make mistakes. We're flawed. It's no big deal. These people are not willing to admit to any of that. It's just smoke and mirrors. Look at Reese. Look at Reese. Look at how guilty she is. Look at how bad of a person she is. Look at how bad of a mother she is. But we didn't do anything. We don't do anything wrong other than have Nazi tattoos and knit swastikas. But we're not doing anything wrong over here. Don't look at us. No level-headed human being devotes so much time and energy to shitting all over another person, no matter how much you dislike the person. This is so true because they have disadvantages. What disadvantages? They're insane. It hit me. They're insane. Nothing you can do or say going forward will carry any value or weight. You get that, right? You are so cute. He's just laying down here. Right here. Just like some people think success is how much money and things they have, not who they are surrounded with and how they lived. Aw, Reese, you look so happy and in love when you look at Finn. I can hardly stand it. I love him so much, Vicky C. I can't even describe it. Popped into my feed and they're raising money to probably sue you. Well, you know, that's what America's about. You go right ahead. There's going to be plenty to countersue with. Plenty. That's the beautiful thing, guys. I love it so much that these people make a combined effort of what, 50 attack videos on me, bully videos. I think they said that I'm the lover of a child rapist. All kinds of falsehoods. Interesting. And one of them called me a whore, things that aren't true. I can't wait. I cannot wait for them to go to a lawyer to see how much that's going to cost, by the way. And I cannot wait for that lawyer to go, she said, what? Perfect. We can take her house. I love it. Okay, good. So what do you do for a living? Oh, you're a content creator? Uh-oh. Hey, Rhonda Frank, you didn't make any videos to attack this person, did you? Oh, only 50? Oh, you didn't bully this person, did you? Oh, you bullied them? Sure. Yeah. Let's sue her because you didn't do anything wrong. We would love to represent this. That'll be about 100 grand. Go for it. I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that. I love, love, love that these idiots make all these videos. I make one fireback video. I'm gonna sue. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you motherfucking kidding me? You make all these shit videos and lie about me, and I make one back and you cry your fucking eyes out that you're gonna go sue? Good luck with that. Absolutely. I welcome that. Do you know the countersuit that would take place there? Let me ask you something. Defamation is, you have to show the truth. What if I said that's a lie? 1. 2, you have to prove losses. If anybody's experienced losses, it's me. And I'll tell you something else. These people have said she needs to be taken off of YouTube and her channel needs to be taken down. I've never said that. That's actual loss. I've lost thousands of subs and I've lost a lot of money in memberships. I can prove losses. You think I haven't talked to an attorney about this? I can actually show losses and I can show that they've lied. I can show that these people have told lies. I can't wait, especially for the one who makes videos about me and how ugly I am and mocks me with my makeup, bullying me, to go in and go, she hurt my feelings. I want to sue her. And the lawyer's going to go, oh, good. Good. Let's sue her. You haven't made any videos about her, have you? Tony P, this is public knowledge, my friend. That's not how suing works. But again, please fundraise $100,000 and we'll go through years. It'll take years. And I have facts and truth. I used your own words against you. That's just not how that works. That's not how that works. You have to prove defamation. That's very hard to prove. That's very hard to prove. And it's incredibly expensive, right? So something tells me I feel pretty good and solid on what I stand on there. You have to prove that I lied. I didn't lie. I showed your own words. Not how that works. And I also didn't make 50 other hateful bullying videos about me. Not to mention the last one that she made where she was quitting and not going to make any more hate videos about me and threatened me and said, I'm going to leave you in the hands of somebody much worse. Good luck to you. Well, that's not a threat. The last email I got from this person said she was going to sue me and she's going to cremate me. That's not a threat. Poor choice of words, by the way. That's not a threat. This person is way too reactive, way too reactive. No lawyer, I would think, would touch this because you've spent all your fucking time making content about me, right? It's just not how that works. It's not how it works. You have to know how that works. But by all means, raise every penny you possibly can. Raise every penny you possibly can. Yeah. Calling me a whore, telling me I need to be taken off of YouTube, my channel needs to be shut down. That's proving real loss. That's something totally different. That's not how defamation works. I have actual losses that I can show. That's not how that works. That's called being reactive, right? Yes, I make one fireback video. You hurt my feelings. I'm going to sue you now. After all the videos you made about me, please have that in. Tallulah, there's a giant gate in front of the door. He can't get out. This is all public, by the way. I didn't show text messages, which can be doctored. We all know this, right? Screenshots of text messages. No, and I'm protected by the First Amendment. I mean, that's the other thing. She goes on and literally says, I'm a supporter of a child rapist. Show me where he's been convicted of being a child rapist. That's real defamation right there. There's real shit that this person has said that's truly defamation. That's insane. That's insane to say that I was with a child rapist. That's absolutely crossing any line. But you don't see me on here crying. You don't see me on here with a GoFundMe. And I'm the grifter, by the way. I'm the fucking grifter. Please. Absolutely. Enough said, right? I saw that, Holiday. It is completely dishonest. Yeah, it's completely dishonest. But again, I can't wait for a judge or an attorney to laugh at that. Again, that's how it would go down. That's why most YouTubers can't sue each other, because you're both public figures. You're a public figure, right? That's all this is about. You can't just go around going, wait, you can't say that. I'm going to sue. You can say that. I used your own words against you from a public forum. That's not how that works. You can't just get pissed off and sue people. I mean, get your GoFundMe and get all the money together to do it. There will be a countersuit. And again, I can prove actual losses. So that's a fucking joke. And again, I can just see an attorney. I think an attorney would laugh at, and a judge would laugh at this and go, wait, so this bitch made 40 videos, which by the way, try taking those down. That's not how that works. This bitch made 40 videos attacking you, your looks. You said lies about your kid, said lies about the people that you hung out with, that they're convicted child rapists, not to my knowledge. That I need to have my channel taken down. Oh, what else did she say? Don't give her any money. That's not how that works. You cannot say, don't give her any money. I can countersue for that. I haven't said anything like that. Keep that in mind. This is my job. You're out here attacking my character and my job, telling people not to give me money. That's a problem. That's a problem in the eyes of the law anyway. So when I come out and fight back one time and you fucking cry because you don't like what I said, but I used your own words against you, that's different. Oh, you better believe it, he does. Lumen, yes. If anybody has a case, it's that dude, which I'm not over here defending, but holy shit, way too far on that. So, you know, get your GoFundMe and see once you see an attorney that's willing to take it, right? I think you'll realize this is going to cost probably, by the time it's said and done, up to $100,000 over the course of years, and most likely nothing will come of it because you have thrown so many shots my way and told everybody not to give me money that I can prove actual losses. Oh, that's right. I remember I publicly apologized to her and she was like, I'm sorry too. And like 6 seconds later, she was like, don't give Reese any money. She's a grifter, but please donate to my GoFundMe. It's fucking laughable. We're protected. We can say what we want here as long as it's true. You telling me that the screenshots I showed that I got from YouTube weren't true? They're on public forums. It's not some doctored text that I made up that you can come up with. It's real. So know your shit before you open your mouth. Can't tell never at to do. Love you, true to it. And thank you for your super chat. What's unfortunate is, why can't this just stop? How many times have I said, can we just stop this shit? Yes, Joe, can we just like truce this shit and you just go on your merry fucking way? The problem is you keep having to do this. Just shut your fucking mouth. Shut up. Make your own original content and stop attacking people that you barely know. Why can't these people just shut up and go on their own path and just make content that isn't bullying and hating people? Is that possible? No, it's because they think it's their payday. The problem is she continues to make videos even about this. A lawyer is going to tell you to shut up. A lawyer is going to say, I won't take this if you keep making attack videos. Shut your reactive mouth. Shut down your reactive mind and shush it. Shush it. Just be quiet. My God. I'm their paycheck. I know. Hey, haters in the bushes. Mona. I mean, yeah, if that's it, like, then I guess sue me. And we'll just have to roll the dice and see how that goes. I am their content. Yeah. Oh, they have to protect us from evil, Reese. Yeah. I don't know why this is still happening other than follow the money. There's something about this that doesn't smell right. Follow the money, because why would we keep making content on me after all this time? What is there else to say? And don't think that I'm not going to stand up for myself and defend myself. Anybody should do that. I encourage that. You think this isn't cyberbullying, what they're doing? Telling people to unsubscribe from me? What did Alan Valentine say? Something about her, she's bleeding subs and I'm loving it, but she hasn't lost everybody, so there's still work to be done. That's true grounds for suing someone. That's cyberbullying, and that's basically trying to stomp me out from being successful at my job. I've never said anything like that. I've never said don't unsubscribe. I've said go over and look. Do whatever you need to do. This isn't a cult. You follow whoever you want to follow. But as far as a lawsuit goes, I don't know. I don't know what you're going to sue for. I didn't say anything that wasn't true. Never called her a racist. I said she was a racist sympathizer. I said that she's associating with known racists. That's not untrue. Showed her own words. Hey, B Willow 5. Some people have a hard time admitting they're wrong. That's harder to some than money. Yeah. Yeah, Marligo, I agree. And thank you for your super chat. The knife order is not even monetized. How do you know that, Amanda? I think he is. Why? Because he says he's not. He's got over 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours because he promotes that shit all the time. His statistics. I think he could be monetized, getting paid on views. I don't know the answer to that, Sarah Styles. Trying to say they can't stop us. Oh, yeah, true to it. Thank you for being a member, babe. And here's the thing. If they would just shut up, I would go on my merry way. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm not interested in it. All I'm going to do is expose the bullshit that they're saying. I mean, you're not going to see me coming on here telling lies, because that's how you do get sued. Yeah, doesn't the knife order sell shirts? Use your eyes. I don't think, sorry guys, Huxley's home. I don't think for a second that he gets private donations and pretends to be pure from grifting. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know if that's true, Kestrel. I wouldn't know if that guy gets private donations because I don't really know anything about his private life. Hey, Hux. Let the haters keep pissing in the wind. Robin W., you're hilarious. And you're right. Thank you for your super chat. But what's right is right. He doesn't have super chats turned on, at least. And yes, he'll never be monetized. Well, he doesn't do live shows because he's weak. He does pre-recorded shows in his mom's car or something like that at 4 a.m. He's not doing live shows. You don't see that guy going on a live show to face the music, answer people's questions. He just hides and makes tiny videos. You've seen him posting PayPal asking for donations. Get a screenshot of that, Kestrel. I'd love to see it. You know my number. Yeah, Joe, I get it, but there's nothing wrong with me standing up for myself. I agree with you. There's a 15%. It's called the cult of 15. The cult of 15. It'll always exist, Joe, but I also don't mind calling them out for who they are and what they're doing. That's all. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this shit. You know, if you're going to do something about it, then do something about it. But I like my chances, right? I like my chances. Good luck to that. You are a public figure. It's just not how that works. You cannot just cry and say, I'm upset now because she's fired back at me. That's not how that works. Maybe stop. Has that ever occurred to these dumbass people? Just stop. I'm shocked by her the most because she has cried and cried because she was being bullied before. Clearly she doesn't care, right? Like she shut her entire channel down because she was being bullied. She understands what it's like to come from a cult and to be bullied. And yet this person is doubling, tripling down, bullying another person, expecting that person not to say anything back. But when they do, we're going to cry about it. That's not how that works. Why don't you just stop? I hear you, Joe. Ugh, Donna Marie. Yeah, I agree with this. You need to call them out when it becomes too much. It makes her money and it gives her value to others she wants to impress. I mean, that could be. I don't give a shit why she does it. But she needs to understand the consequences of her fucking actions. You cannot nip at somebody's heels constantly and then expect the person not to do anything. And if you want to go cry wolf about this, that's perfectly fine. But I like my chances. This person actually tried to tear down my income. That's a lawsuit. Those are actual losses that I can prove. They have been saying, stop following her, unsubscribe, don't give her any money, don't super chat her, all of that. That's real losses. That's a fucking problem. Might want to think about that, but I'm happy. I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to tango. Jealousy is ugly. Keep shining brightly. Thank you, Robin Miners. And thank you for your super chat. So they attack you. They try to get you taken off YouTube, lose subs, make people think badly of you, but you can't defend yourself. Right. That's how it works. Exactly. Yes. Consequences. Tymark, their opinion of me, I don't even know what their opinion is because they lie about me so much. I'm not even sure what their opinion is. Everything's a lie. So, no. There are times when it's okay to set boundaries, even with the haters. Stating you've had enough is strong, not weak. Yeah. I'm just saying we've got plenty to bite back with. So show me the damages because I've got mine that I can actually show. Show me the losses. Hey, Susan the Sage, I'm totally okay with this. I will sleep just fine at night. And I'm the grifter. I'm the grifter, but we're going to start a GoFundMe. Yeah, I don't care. I just saw it, Angie. I mean, all those things are just good to record from my records, but I don't care. They don't think someone like Reese should be on YouTube. But this person started out, and that's another way that an attorney is going to look at this. This person started out saying, like, I support you, I support the ex-Scientologist, and then came out swinging to not only me, another ex-Scientologist. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. So as much as you want to think you're going to smell like a rose here, I don't think that's going to be the outcome. And I think it's going to be incredibly costly. And it will take a long time to comb through all of your hate content that you've done on me compared to the hate content that I've done on you. It will be minimal compared to what I've done. So I think it will take a while and I think it will be incredibly expensive. And you know what would be cheaper? To just stop. If she, hold on just a second. If this person would just stop, I would stop. I said this in a text or an email to her. She said, you better take your video down. And I said, I will happily take it down. I will take it down right now. If you take down all of your hate content on me and you go your separate way, you go your separate way. I don't know, Tymark. I'm not scared though, if that's what you're asking. Like, I'm happy to put a stop to this because I'm not as reactive. Thank you for becoming a member, Mona. I'm not as reactive and I can do my own original content and never mention these people again, but they have to stop. They have to stop what they're doing. And if they don't stop, you have to understand there are consequences to you not stopping, right? Does that make sense to you guys? I'm happy to never, ever, ever mention these people ever again. I can control my emotions and not do it. Yes, Erica, but it goes both ways. They have to stop. You cannot ask me to take down a video and then go, but fuck you, I'm going to keep making and bullying you and telling the truth about you and making content about you. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. You have to stop doing what you're doing. That's the only way that this makes sense. And I would think that she could stop, but the proof's in the pudding to me that there's something behind it. There's a reason she can't. I don't think it is. I think that somebody could be getting paid. I think there's some motivation behind this. So if you want this shit to stop, but you don't have to stop, make that make fucking sense. So you don't have to? So I just have to allow you to say evil shit about me that's not true and stretch the truth and say things about my kid and tell people to stop following me and don't give me any money, but I don't have to, I have to shut my mouth. That ain't how that fucking works. That's not how that works. And it's not illegal for me to stand up for myself. Thank you, B Willow. That's kind of you to become a member. So I'm done being quiet about it, is all I'm saying. I'm done being quiet about this. If this woman would just stop, her friends, the knife hoarder, the other dude, they're not going to stop. I don't care about that guy. I'm not trying to negotiate with him. He is truly unhinged. That dude is absolutely insane, right? She knows better and she can stop, but she won't. And her friend who makes fun of me about my looks, she won't either. But we will continue to make fun back at you and poke this shit and tell you what you're doing wrong and point it out. I don't love doing it, but I'm not going to sit here in silence anymore. If you would just stop, this would all go away. This would all go away for you. I agree, Kentucky Blue Girl. It's unfortunate that they have grasped onto me this tightly. It's bizarre. It's bizarre behavior. And I feel like an attorney would say the same thing, that this is very bizarre. Your behavior is bizarre. You know, before I made my video the other day, they've made countless videos about me that was before the other day. So it's getting creepy. It's obsessive. It's harassment. It's cyberbullying. The list goes on and on. But above all else, it's absolutely bizarre behavior. Make no mistake. It's very bizarre to be that obsessed with someone. Bigsy, I don't know, but there's quite a few of them. Do you know how many emails I get from people daily that are like, what is going on? This is weird. It's gone way too far. Like total strangers making videos about you that have jumped on the Reese hate bandwagon. It's strange. It is against the law. Yes, it is against the law. Absolutely. And it violates the YouTube rules. That alone, it violates the YouTube rules. Hey, Sherry Taylor. I mean, I didn't want to go into all that, but I'm not going to be bullied or made to feel small because someone wants to start a GoFundMe to sue me. Then I guess sue me. Rally up all your people and get a lot of money. You're going to need a lot of money. And I'm sure an attorney would be happy to take a look at that with all the hate and bullying you've thrown my way. Cyberbullying, harassment, talking about a child that's my child, like all those things. Yeah, no, I'm sure you haven't violated anything on your end of things. You're pure and clean and very, very pure like L. Ron Hubbard. Hey, Debbie Bam, cool picture. With one of them, I feel like she didn't get enough attention from you. So this is where this stems from. The other one, I think, hated Tommy. So you were hated by default. Well, it doesn't really matter. I appreciate you pointing that out, but it doesn't matter. It's still bullying. I don't know the answer to that, Jane. I don't tell anybody to go unsubscribe from them. I don't tell people to go do anything to them. I say leave them alone. I hope you guys do. Leave them alone. Unless you watch them, follow them, whatever. You're, as a citizen here, you're welcome to do all of those things. You're welcome to subscribe to me, unsubscribe from me, all those things. But you're not going to see me saying, don't give them any money. That's weird. I hope she makes money. This is her job. Women tearing down other women is gross. It's not where it's at. This is 2025. I hope these people do make money. They should make money for being content creators. It's a job. Hey, Lindy. You're not going to see me doing the same things they do. You're not going to see me saying, go do all these things and she's horrible. And when someone comes in from her chat, we're not going to be rude to them and go, get the fuck out of here and bully them. It's obvious who the bullies are. It's very obvious. But I'm not going to put up with this bullshit either. I'm tired of it and we will just highlight it. That's all. I'll just shine the light on it every time. That's fine. They should be reported for harassment and bullying. Well, it is a violation big time of YouTube standards. I don't know why it's allowed. I'm not sure. Hey, Lenora Gray. But they have said plenty of untruths and they have done plenty of things to try to get me to lose my job and income. That's real loss. And I can prove that. I can prove damages. Now, I would rather not take that route and I would rather just be happy with the people that I have and acknowledge the fact that numbers go up and down and we'll make it back sometime. And if we don't, then I do what any other person does is I supplement my income by getting a full-time job instead of the part-time job that I have right now. You know, just being an adult, that kind of thing. Instead of crying about the fact that I've lost income and they've gotten people to unsubscribe and cancel their memberships. Instead, I would rather not cry about it and just supplement my income with the other job that I have like I'm doing now, right? Instead of crying about it and whining about it. But there is a real loss there and there are real damages. That's a problem. That's a problem. So I'm going, oh, he's sleeping. This cat is very happy. I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he's not upset being in this room. Like he doesn't seem to be want to be anywhere else. I thought being an outdoor cat, he'd like scratch at the door and want to get out. He's not doing that at all. He's not doing that. I guess that's all I have to say about that. And it was saying a lot. And I'm sorry that a lot of you were like, Reese, I don't like this kind of content, but at the same time, put yourself in my shoes. I get that it's not going to get us anywhere. I get that it's the 15% that's never going to go away, but don't send me empty threats. I'm tired of it. I get threatened a lot. And what they're trying to do is bully me into submission, bully me into minimizing myself, bully me into going, okay, I'll do whatever you want. Let me just whatever, because you're threatening me. Fuck your life. Absolutely not. I have just as much right to be here as you do. And you don't see me saying, get off YouTube, because there's plenty of room for all of us. We can all coexist nicely. And I wish that this person would grow up and just do that instead of crying about it and throwing a fit that I made an attack video back on you. Don't do it anymore. Yes, Joy. Thanks, Raymond. Hey, Run the World. Trying to bully an ex-Scientologist. How about just bullying anybody? How about just the fact that this is 2025 and bullying people should be a thing of the past? Did anybody ever consider that? Like, don't you have anything better to do with your time? I'm embarrassed for you. I'm embarrassed for these people that they're just on this hate parade, this smear campaign. How embarrassing. Don't you want to do something good with your channel? Yeah. Like, here's a concept. Maybe just do something else. Make some original content. Go protest Scientology. Like, do something for a cause. It's weird. It's very weird. Thank you, Sassy. I agree. I don't know, Anne. Yeah, Mona, it's awful. Gotta go to the haters. If you harbor bitter envy and selfish ambition in your hearts, do not boast about it or deny the truth. Such wisdom does not come down from heaven, but is earthly, unspiritual, demonic. Abigail, I like that. And I'm glad that I did an earlier stream so you could be here. Thank you for your super chat. And I love that. I love that, Abigail. Thank you. You always have good ones. That could be. And see, this makes me feel sad. Don't forget you were so well loved by them all until their feelings got hurt and they couldn't move on and didn't want to accept your constant apology. They just wanted to stay bitter. Yeah, I mean, I truly did apologize to these people. And they just keep throwing shots. And it's not cool. And these are the people that want to sue me, the people that continue to bully me, cyberbully me, attack my child. Okay. All 50 states have laws against cyberbullying and harassment. Well, that's good to know. I agree, Jojo Bananas. It's just, it's a waste of our time. And Joe Virus is right to a degree. I just don't agree as much anymore with like, ignore it. Sorry. But he's right to a degree that like, I don't want this to take up all the space in the world either. I don't want this to take up our whole content. That is not, I will not have a channel if every day I'm just on here talking about it because it's exhausting. And that's what they want. It's just a hamster wheel. Yeah, B Willow, I'm guessing it's at least, you'd have to put a retainer down probably at least of 25 grand and it would cost for years. It's not like it would be done and over quickly. Yeah, sorry about that. I like that. The fact that someone has contacted Huxley's school is terrifying. Castro, we can try. It depends on what they do. So I just know that I stand strong in what I do here. And hey, Katie did it. Where I'm going, what my goals are. I want to help people. Like, I want to rise above this shit. I have things behind the scenes I'm working on. I have things that I want to. Lawsuits are incredibly expensive. Incredibly expensive. I just have a lot. 17,000 for a retainer. Yeah, that's probably about right. I would guess about 20 at least. But yeah, Donna Marie. We know you would never make this your whole content, but from time to time, you got to stand your ground and put them in their place. It's not even that I'm trying to put them in their place. It's just, I'm not going to shut up about this. I think they're trying very hard to bully me. And if I end up with 5 subs left, that's perfectly okay with me. I can weather that storm. I think they hate that you can just come on and talk to everyone. You are real and genuine. I'm sure that's part of it. I can't with all the hate. It's about love. Finn, perfect example of what really matters. Absolutely. That's a good point too. Joe says, we can agree to disagree and I'm not going to start a hate channel over it. I'm not a fucking trashy idiot. I love that. Put that on a t-shirt. Thank you, Original Anne. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried. The number of subs can continue to dwindle on this channel. I have things that I want to accomplish. And if people don't want to come with us doing that, then they should unsubscribe. But I'm never going to be a hate channel. I'm never going to try to pretend to be Diane Sawyer on somebody else's life and pretend to know everything about them and what they're doing and their character and their past. Do you know there's a lot about her past that I would love to speak about, but I'm not going to do that? There's a lot there, and I won't do that because I'm not that low, right? Yeah, Puffy Pink Poodle, thank you. I'm sure they do. He is a dusty son, Rain. They're absolutely jealous. They bitch endlessly about how you're not interesting. Well, that's subjective and probably true. I'm probably not that interesting. But for some reason, people show up and they want to be here. And can we just leave those people alone? Can we just do our thing over here? Why do you have to try to bully me off the internet? This is my fucking channel. Hey, Jaina. And don't we all have a right to be here? I'm not trying to bully them off the internet, right? I love that. Suzanne, I remember you. Love and support from Washington State. I met you in person last year in Phoenix. Thanks for distracting me from anniversary of my dad passing. I remember that. And I'm so glad I got to meet you, Suzanne. Sorry you lost your dad. Love you, girl. That's okay, Joe. I understand. I just left her channel while she was doing all the hate on Stephanie Hutchinson, Mike Rinder, and Nora. I hate the hate. I'm sure her family must be so proud of her. I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, let's not forget, she bullied and hated Mike Rinder, Nora. I don't know who this Stephanie, I mean, I know of her, but I mean, it's just hate after hate, bullying. There's a whole history of it there. Again, that will be great for discovery. There's a whole history of this person bullying. Might want to consider that. Would she let someone bully her kids the way she bullies you? Well, of course not, right? That's not the point. I don't deserve to be stood up for. On that note, guys, Joe is right. It's too much. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to do something with Huxley, and I will be back tomorrow. Oh, God, I'm sure, Lady O. I'm sure. None of this is comfortable. It's incredibly uncomfortable, and Shelly's right. Nobody deserves bullying. Like, why can't they just walk away from it? It's like they get off on it. It's weird. I thought Stephanie was a bully. Yeah, as far as I know. Yeah. Hit subscribe if you want to be subscribed in here. Otherwise, don't. Yeah, Robin W. I love you guys. Hey, Nicola, and thank you for being here today with me. I like doing an earlier stream. Yeah, Peter, me too. I hope you guys stay with me through it. You know, I understand people who want to leave me because I talk about this stuff. And trust me, self-care comes first. Your mental wellness comes first, right? Casper looks proud of her bullying women. Yeah, there you go. True colors. Okay, Rhonda McNeil, but I get it, guys. And seriously, self-care. Hey, Wisconsin Barb, if you are not comfortable on this channel, I totally understand. And I suggest that you don't be here, because if I do feel the need to bring it up, if I do feel the need to defend myself, either you can step out, of course, but you can also not be here, and I would understand, right? Yes, Run the World. Thank you, Original Anne. It will get back to normal, but sometimes you have to say what needs to be said. And I'm a little tired of the poke, and Reese, just be quiet. Don't say anything. Fuck that. I disagree. I disagree to an extent. Yeah, Shelly. All right, everybody. I will be back tomorrow. I love you all. Please hit subscribe. Thanks, Katie did it. And thank you again for your super chats. Always. I appreciate that so much. Your memberships. And thank you for being supportive of me and Finn. I don't know, Kestrel. Love you, Rhonda Frank. All right, everybody. Here comes Fred, and I will see you all tomorrow. This is risky. This is, yeah, Meredith Lynn, this is super risky. By the way, I couldn't pick a frame. Which frame tonight, guys? So I kind of thought this one with the black, but of course we also have these that are black. Just real quick, please. Please make a decision for me, because I can't seem to do it tonight. So let's put a 1 in the chat for the larger, thicker Tom Fords, if you will. Let's put a 2 in the chat. Hey, Laura Dupree. I'm kind of feeling the 2s. Hey, no one. Hey, Liz Drakes, Ewa, MLG Gamer. I'm kind of feeling the 2s. Susan P is feeling the 1s. Down's mom says 2. Katie did it. Hey, old Charlie. Everybody says 2 except Buffy. Oh, Buffy's here for manipulative roll call. Hey, Catherine B. Alicia, Moozy, Maisie, Shiloh's on time. I forgot what 2 was. Lumen says 1. Empowered Wendy. Good to see you, babe. Your husband's home. I'm happy to hear that. Okay, everybody's sticking with these. Okay, whatever. We'll just do that tonight. You know, there's plenty of nights. What are you doing? Bubsy? Bubby. Bubby never makes an appearance. Come here, Bubsy. Bubsy? Bubby. Bubby? What are you doing? Come here. Aww. Oh, help me. Look, it's Bubsy. Oh, Bubsy. Oh, he's our special boy. Look at how cute he is, you guys. He's really gotten big, too. Shamey had a growth spurt. Oh, Bubsy. He's not all there. He's got some neurological issues, but I think he does anyway. But the vet said he's okay, but he's not all there. And he has, oh, Bubsy. Oh, he's so nice. He's got some coordination issues. Ruthie Brown. Good to see you. Hey, I live for now. Leslie Mosley. C-Dub. Joy Lee. Tony Scuta. Hold on. Do you think you're a bad influence? Yes. I went to TJ Maxx, Sephora, and then took myself out for lunch. Yes, but in a good way. I mean, according to LRH, we only live 76 trillion years. My God. Live it up, Renee B. That's what I always say. Hey, Mary Barons, Trixie made it. Kim is blue, purple fire. I just learned that cats have autism, and my orange cat does for sure. Interesting. I don't never heard of that before. He's definitely got, like, I think he, hey, Anne, hope between the dreams. Mods, by the way, thank you for being here. I love seeing you, Jason P. Your package should be there Tuesday. Thank you, Amy Edge. You said you sent me something from Etsy. Hey, Sandy Kovacs. Thank you, babe. That was so nice. You did not have to do that. And thank you for your super chat. I'm glad you're doing better. Hey, love it. T. Louise, Deborah Ricci. You're welcome. I'm happy to be your bad influence. What are you doing? Seamus, you're scaring me. Hey, Michael Malloy. Love it. I love you, girl. Susie with an S. Seamus really does have something going on. Like, he doesn't know how to use the litter box at all. He uses it. Hey, Abigail, but he doesn't cover it. Doesn't know how to do it. He doesn't know how to clean himself at all. Like, he'll come in from the outside. Yeah, Marissa Martin, he'll come, hey, Aileen, he'll come in and be like, have like dirt and mud all over him. Like, Moose cleans him. Moose gives him a bath. It's really sad. I have to adjust my bra. Hey, Cliff Ann, but that's okay. He's our special boy, and we love him just as much, if not more. Honestly, he holds a special place for me. And I'll tell you what. Thanks, West Coast Fancy Nancy. Hey, Stacy and Fishers, Karen Burhow. Huxley loves those cats. Like, they love him, to be fair. Hey, Vernon. Hey, White a little bit more. Huxley's a cat guy. His dad is too. He likes cats. He loves dogs, but he really likes cats. Hey, Topsy. Thanks, Topsy. Hey, Lori Lee. But Huxley will pick up Moose and Seamus and just carry them around. I love you, Katie Fulton. What are you doing in here? Jennifer Grace is doing a live show right now. I'm shocked to see you, babe. Maybe you didn't know, but she's live. You should go over there. I'm shocked. But I love you. Please stay with me, but come on. I know where your loyalties lie, and as they should, right? Heather Landau, thank you so much. Dang, no one? Thanks, guys. I woke up like this. I haven't even brushed my hair. I washed it yesterday, but I did use my Amika volume shampoo yesterday, and every time I use the volume shampoo, I feel like every day it gets a little closer to God. Hey, Kim Holman, pause, please. Need to see the rings. Are you talking about these or these? These are from TJ Maxx. Hey, Zoe. Thank you, Zoe. Lip stain number 88, girl, just so you know. It's kind of become my new favorite. It's a weird... Thanks, Wanda. You guys, this is crazy. He does, Raymond. He really does. I look terrible on the bottom. I hope I don't have to get up to let a cat out. You're not going to want to see it. Nicole Hazelmiller. So I am addicted to these rings. I like everything checker. I'm weird about it. My purse is checkered. That woven leather, black and white checkered. Thank you, Joe. So I found these on it. Look, matching earrings too. I typed this in like 2 weeks ago on Amazon. Hey, Pat Kimbrell, they have these on Amazon for $7. $7. And one of them, they sent me an extra. So I only ordered 3, but I got 4. So, and I read really good reviews. Like, they're pretty, like, they're solid. They feel good. The reviews, hey, Queen of Karma, the reviews are amazing. I want some checkered pants too, Zoe. And I just love them. And as you know, I like to stack rings too. So I was like, I could even do that, honestly. But hey, Shelly Kelly, I really love black and white checkered. And for $7, Tammy, healing vibes, babe. I did not know that you were still there. I love you, Tammy. Hey, Kimberly in Japan. I just am really into checkers. No, Vernon. No, I did not. Grifting from Amazon too. Yeah, I did, Deborah Ricci. I did. I hate to talk about my purchases, and I realize $7 is a lot to spend times 3. But that's what happened. I think the 4th one, they accidentally, because I'm a size 8 on these fingers. This one is Kestrel. I will get to you. This one I think is a 9 because it's a little bit bigger than this one. And so this is the one I think it's like way too big. That's sexual. That's sexual. It wasn't intended, but now I can't stop. I think I just feel lonely. I'm almost done. There. Gumball machine ring. Yeah, I forgot. I have to look poor, Buffy. I forgot. I have to look poor. It's hard to do when you're so rich. Hey, Aspire to Inspire, Katie Fulton. Hey, Mags. So there's that. Oh, and the earrings. I got the earrings too. I needed to do it. I just felt like I needed a little boost. Okay. I needed a little self-help, a little self-care. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. But seriously, this was risky to come on. I wasn't going to come on tonight. Risky, Reese. Hey, Pepper Jelly. I wasn't going to come on tonight. There's a secret. There's a secret that I've not shared, I don't think. Kestrel, by the way, hi, Kestrel. I'm trying to manipulate you guys by doing roll call. Is it working? Do you guys feel manipulated, or do I need to dial up the manipulation nation? I don't know. Well, Robin Miners. Yes, they do, Vernon. Yes, Gracie. God forbid a girl try to enjoy herself and have out whatever that says in our limited time. In our limited time. Yes, Zoe, same girl. Hey, Florence Southard. Hey, Leslie D. Leslie, do you feel manipulated? Oh, Kestrel, you're ready to Venmo me? Yeah, if you don't mind, it's under Reese Harley. Reese0708 mods. Can you post my Venmo while Kestrel's in the mood? I bought a checkered serving tray at Home Goods. I'm in love with it. What is it about checkers? Manipulation station. Should we roll call that? Like, welcome to your manipulation station? Kind of like LRH did. Yes, I do, Vernon, a lot. I like anything 80s. Hey, Ghostwriter, I'm sorry to hear that. What did LRH call? He called it the forgetter station. There was another word for it, and it's escaping me. Hey, Diana H. Diana H, I love that. Thank you, babe. And I love you. Hey, Angie Mo. Anyway, I have a secret. This is yeah, Shelly. There's Shelly, by the way. People were worried about Shelly, and I'm sure that they've been talking about it worldwide. Like, uh-oh, one of Reese's mods escaped. Thank God she showed up because I wanted everyone to know that I wasn't abusing her in any way. She wants to be manipulated. She wants to be here. Manipulation Station, women, welcome. Welcome to Manipulation Station. Ghostwriter, I have a secret. I have this thing that I do. You know how like you just roll with it? Like you know it's going to cause harm, but you do it anyway. You just blow through the red flags. Well, in this case, I really do blow through it. I'm trying not to do that so much with men. So I've switched to food. I feel totally manipulated and mind controlled. It's a great day to be in a cult. Put that on a commercial. That's exactly what I want to hear. Leslie, I'm going to pay you for that. Thank you. Speaking of Venmo, send me yours. I absolutely am. That's why I feel absolutely compelled to spend money on super chats on every stream. Abigail's been super chatting me for a long, long time. And again, I've been manipulating Abigail forever at this point. Abigail, thank you so much for being willing to do so and fork over the cash. I'm here against my will. I want to be sedated. Okay. Guys, I don't want to be arrested. Okay. I mean, it's kind of a fantasy, but it probably wouldn't end up being so. You know what I mean? As long as there isn't a ukulele, hey, Wisconsin Barb, I'm a sucker for manipulation. I definitely feel manipulated. I love this so much. Reese makes me come here and threatens me with a beating if I don't appear. I keep telling her to stop threatening me with a good time, though. Yeah, exactly. Queen of Karma, you weren't supposed to put that up, but that's fine. Hello, Helena. You know how I'm doing, girl. You saw the text. Reese put me in a coma. Shelly wasn't here for a couple of days due to those medical reasons. Let me silence that puppy. I feel manipulated by enjoying myself. Well, that sounds a little bit sexual, Laura Lou, and I'm definitely into it. Mama Smurf says, I put on makeup for the first time in ages. Thank you, Reese, for giving me the confidence to do it. That's incredible. That's crazy. And I love that, Mama Smurf. You're very welcome, and I'm proud of you. Send me a picture. Nancy Stitchin, I love that you're here. She rarely makes a live, and it's a big deal when she does. Thank you for being here, babe. Old Charlie, Queen of Karma, don't let it slip again, girl. I'm too broke to do anything other than my monthly membership, so I'm here as a celebrity consultant. Well, that is your title, and I get that. We get that. It's how it goes, and that's our little barter that we do. Katie comes here for the manipulation. It was a great nap. Yeah, that is a song. I'm pretty sure. I want to be sedated. You sickos. I like it. Manipulation achieved. Liz Tricks. It's hard to manipulate Liz Tricks too. I'm proud of you, Liz. Thank you for submitting to the cult of Reese. And I love you, Liz. Hey, Sierra Terry, and thank you for your super chat. Tony P, you won gold at a hockey tournament. That's awesome, Tony P, and congrats. I've never had any goals like that. Never had any, I don't ever want to do anything, honestly. I love that, old Charlie. Susie with an S. Reese, I'm excited to let's take that M and make it a T. I'm excited to take in my 3 grandkids, but I also had to cut budget and I had to cancel a membership. Babe, don't ever feel. Well, thanks, Humby. You sure are cute. No one ever feel like you have to have a membership. It's not necessary. It's never ever asked. It's never expected. Like, don't even feel like you have to say anything about it. It's totally okay. I totally get it. I understand. And I love you. Thank you. Leslie, you are the only person in my life who will understand why I bought 12 pairs of shoes on vacation. You only got 12? Those are rookie numbers, and we need to pump those numbers. I'm a little disappointed in your friend, but you know what? We'll work on that at some point. I could write my own Bible. That doesn't sound creepy at all, Vernon. Am I manipulated is not knowing a sign? Yes, I'm pretty sure. If I had to answer that as a Scientologist, I'd say yes. Hey, Dawn, but Shelly Kelly, that's perfectly okay. And you just stay in the not knowing seat. And thank you for your super chat. Angie, roll call, manipulated submission. Yeah. Is this the malevolent queen? Thank you, Angie Mo. Is this not creepy? Like, we've passed the point of creepy that someone says roll call is manipulative. I think this is what pisses me off. I think people throw around those words way too much. This is one thing about Scientology. I'm glad we didn't use those words. Like, we had our own, first of all, we're cool, right? We had our own nomenclature. We have our own language, which makes us cooler than the rest, right? But I'm glad that I didn't it's so lame to me to throw around gaslight, narcissist, manipulative. Like, everybody manipulates, first of all. As far as I can tell by the definition of the word, human beings are manipulative. And if I choose to manipulate by getting money out of people in my cult or doing roll call to manipulate them, that's our business, right? Is something happening? I'm in a hypnotic trance. I suddenly feel I'm in a cult. Yes, that is happening. And just go ahead and send your Venmo through. And while you're feeling those feelings, please do it now. I brought 12 and a half with me in my frenzy of throwing shoes into my suitcase. I threw only one instead of the pair. So Leslie, you gotta love that lady. You really do. Yeah, it's a good question, actually. But I do want to talk about my secret. Hey, Christy Kids. Trisha Kelly, welcome, girl. Is there a roll call in a Scientologist course from every single course study slot? Yes. And at muster. Muster is done for staff. So there's muster morning, lunchtime, afternoon, and evening. They do muster 4 times a day. She feels good about it. Hey, Wilford Harry, Buffy. Muster is just to make sure that you're back on post, right? One time, Helena, don't ask me again. But for people going on, we know about gaslighting. Hate people throwing the term around. I do too, Wanda. It's just weird. People throw those terms around way too much. Me too. Thank you, Michael Malloy. I want to be in a cult only if it's the Reese one. Makes me want to cry, Iwa, honestly. Thank you so much. That means everything to me, guys, that you only give your money to me. It means the world. But yes, no, Vernon, we do muster. So we do roll call at muster for the staff, and you do roll call at the Maisie Shiloh. You do roll call at every course study slot. So yes, they hold up a board and they call everybody off, and you go here, here. Hey, care for JC. So I have this thing that I do, even though I know it's bad. Muster, not mustard, muster, muster. I know it's bad for me, but I do this thing every time I go to Costco. Yeah, pepper jelly. It's a lot. It's just weird. People throw it around way too comfortably. Wait, I feel like something in my eye. Time mark. It does sound like the word mustard. Hey, Liz R. Of course, this would happen. Oh yeah. So I go to Costco. Muster, guys. Yeah, I know. It sounds like I'm saying mustard. Not the same thing. Yeah, no one. That's true. I go to Costco and I buy their bags of organic broccoli, and I bring it home and I put it on a sheet pan, cookie sheet. Hey, Kafik, I love mustard too. And I put it on parchment paper, and Bo eats like half of it because for whatever reason he loves broccoli, and then I pay for that later whilst he's sleeping next to me. No, pepper jelly. I didn't try Costco samples. Absolutely not. And I roast this broccoli with this delicious olive oil, and I olive oil it up, and then I put everything bagel seasoning all over, right? Like everywhere. Good for you, Liz R. You're okay, Time Mark. And it's like candy to me. Now, I have been doing this for years. Like I've been making this. I made this in my first house that I owned. I love, love, love taking a shade of veggies, even if it's like chopped up roasted, like doing onion. I do mushroom, squash, zucchini. I'll do all of it. But lately I've just been doing broccoli. And Renee B, it is so good. Hey, Llama Lisa. Thank you, babe. Love you too. And tonight I put some Parmesan cheese on it. I do that every once in a while, but it's not my favorite. I like to just do it with the olive oil, and then I'll put like thick, crunchy pieces of salt. I have this thing I got at TJ Maxx a couple years ago. It's truffle salt. It's still good, even though it's like years old. It's like a small jar, and I pick it up and I just sprinkle it all over. And I roast it at 475, which I know is high. Sometimes I do 450, but sometimes I'm in a hurry and I'm like, I'm hungry and I want to eat. So I roasted it today at 475. Yeah, Rain. Hey, Susan Babcock. And I do it for a long time because I like stuff burnt. I have a weird theme about my food. Hey, Kat. Like if I go out to eat, I'm like, can I get that well done? Can I get that extra toasted? Can I get that extra cooked? Everything. I like everything like extra cooked. So I put that in there for like 45 minutes. I do it for a long time. And Huxley and I, oh, he loves it too. He's loved that ever since he was little. Ever since he was little, he loves roasted veggies, just like me. And anyway, it's risky because every single time I don't have a gallbladder. Wisconsin bar. Me too, Susan Babcock. What advice do you have for someone who is thinking about starting a cult, asking for a friend? I think if you want to start a religion, if you want to make money, start a religion. Yeah, I ask for food to be cremated. Me too. I'm like, whenever I order food, at this point, to get my point across, I'm like, I need this so well done that I break my veneers on it. Okay. Like it can't be overcooked. So like, there's nothing worse than ordering. Not really, Lori Lee. Actually, my whole house smells garlicky because I use so much everything bagel seasoning. Reeseology. I love that, Pat Kimbrell. Hey, true to it. Are you wearing a Depend because of the broccoli? Right. So here's the problem, Renee B. I don't have a gallbladder. We all know this. And I would never, ever, I order my steak well done. If I order a steak at all, my mom, she always goes, are you sure you want, she's done this for years. If we eat together, she does this every time. You sure you want it well done? And I go, yep. And go ahead and butterfly it. And she goes, maybe I should get it medium well. And I'm like, nope, nope, nope. I don't want to see any pink. And I don't eat a lot of meat anyway. Yeah, Lumen. Hey, Lindy. Oh yeah, no, dogs can't have onion and garlic. They can't have mushrooms either, or black olives or chocolate, any of that stuff. But Bo really likes, yeah, Buffy, I do. Bo really likes broccoli. He likes carrots and he likes blueberries, and all those things are okay. Obviously not a ton, but he likes to munch on those when I'm chopping up the broccoli. That would be fun, Meredith Keith. I thought about that. So anyway, I eat this, and every time my insides start scratching at me like there's a raccoon in there, and my insides go. Roasted Brussels sprouts are so good, and I make them, but it's a lot more work. So the broccoli is so much easier. I also like doing roasted asparagus. Anyway, I can't do it though, because every time I shit myself, and I mean like slip and slide, like liquid, like the muscles in my beehole just turn to like, they just disengage. They're like, oh yeah, we don't like, there's no reason for us to be here. And the muscles just leave my asshole. And then I'm just left running to the nearest toilet. So I'm shocked that I ate that. Like I made that broccoli tonight when I set the oven at 470, 375, 475. Yeah, Lumen. I was like, okay, well, I'm not doing a show tonight. There won't be a show because I'm starting to make this, and I will absolutely. And so I posted that in the Facebook group, and I was like, going live, but yeah, I need a card. It's the oil. I'm sure. I thought going live, and I wrote, but I'm going to give it a few minutes in case I have to poop myself. I'm going to try to get that all out first. Shockingly, I feel totally fine. I feel nothing. Like I don't have that feeling like, oh my God, oh my God. So this is risky because I don't easily get embarrassed on camera. I've never used avocado oil, pepper jelly. I don't usually get embarrassed on camera. It would be hard to embarrass me. It's hard to shame me. It's hard to do any of that. If I was sitting here right now and I had, like, if this starts happening and I feel like I have to shit myself, I promise right now, I'm going to make something up and try to carry us off like nothing happened. Like, I'm just going to be like, well, I forgot that I have a thing in the morning, so I have to go, you guys. Yeah, it's just going to be like that. And then I'm going to sign off. Good for you, West Coast Fancy Nancy. Yeah, absolutely. So we might have a short live. I don't think so, Time Mark. I think I would have felt it by now. I gave it a good 30 minutes and I feel nothing. Living on the edge. Yeah, on the edge of my beehole. Yeah. No shame if you have to run, says Renee B. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, we are on to you. Yeah, Time Mark. I get it. There's just a lot of embarrassment. Like, I'm single, so that's cool. But when I start, no, because I have a bidet, Joe. When I start dating, that's going to be so awkward. The two things, hey, Drayston, the two things that I would say get most embarrassed about when I get a new boyfriend or a new husband, whichever comes first. The thing I get embarrassed about is shitting myself, because that happens a lot. Damn, that sounds good. I need a card. But also my beard. Like, how some men like to, Marissa Martin, how some men like to, when they get kissy and passionate, they like start kissing, which I like they start kissing your neck. It does. I agree, Helena. I remember I used to say that to Jeff. I'd be like, no, don't do that because you're hitting my beard. Trisha Kelly, thank you for understanding. That and shitting yourself in a relationship is always risky. Renee B also shits herself quarterly. I shit myself at least every 4 months. I'm not kidding. I always have. Ever since I got my gallbladder removed, I'm like, I just crapped myself. Excuse me. It's a bummer. It's a bummer. Yeah, true to it. The whiskers. Hey, Debbie A. So that's that. And I didn't have much of a topic this evening other than, now I can't remember what it was because we've been chatting, drinking some iced tea, the unsweet kind for you people that are concerned about my beaties. Well, yeah, Susan Babcock, you definitely have to tend to your beard hair. Muffet Lou, there was an interesting topic today. Something a friend prompted me about today. We were on the phone, and I'm always on the phone. And what did she say? Now I can't remember it. I wanted to talk to you guys about it. Oh, okay. This is what prompted it. I saw a reel. You guys know I don't sleep anymore. Hey, Ty's channel. I don't sleep much anymore. It's weird. I sleep and then I wake up. I'm always up now throughout the night. I'll get some sleep, then I wake up. Then I go back to sleep, then I wake up. And I absolutely hate it. It's ruining my life. That's sad, Joe. I'm glad that it didn't actually happen, though. I watched a reel sometime while I was awake. And this guy said something, and I'd never heard this before. And I want you to tell me if you guys have heard this before. Hey, Patty Hartman, I actually never drank this. They were buy one, get one free at Publix like 2 months ago. And I forgot that I bought two. I found this in the back of the fridge tonight because we took the trash and I was cleaning out the fridge. And I was like, oh my God, forgot I had that. I like tea. I just don't drink it much. Hey, Peggy Collins, tell me if you guys have ever heard this referred to this way. It really made me think. It made me a little sad. Very simple. But he said, I know some of you were watched, not raised. Some of you were watched, not raised. Raised. Some of you were raised, some of you were watched. Has anybody ever heard that put that way? Put that in those terms? Has anybody ever heard that? I think I need to go this way with this. There we go. Yeah, it is good, Patty Hartman. Liz says no. I love that I saw you just went live, randomly popped in right when you're talking about pooping your pants. It's the most real channel I've ever been on. Team No Gallbladder. That's quite the compliment, honestly. Thank you. Hey, Rhonda Westland. Okay, I thought so too. Rocks in a box. Yes. All of you were saying no. See, I thought you guys were going to say yes. I thought people were going to be like, yeah, I've heard that. That too, West Coast Fancy Nancy. It does, Mags. I found it to be very profound. I really did. Some of you, no, Muffet Lou, it's not. I heard it on a reel of this guy that I love following. Super uplifting. He said, now I know some of you were watched, not raised. And I was like, ooh, I like that. Okay, Wanda has heard it. Guys, this makes me think of that stream we did about realizing consent versus comply. It's such a difference when you really think about that and think about your own upbringing. I would totally classify my upbringing. Hey, Margie Barr, I was watched. Sometimes I wasn't even watched, right? Yes, West Coast Fancy Nancy says, it really does cause some deep thinking. It does. It really makes you, it started making me think about Huxley, of course, right? As his mom. But as a child myself, I was certainly not raised. I mean, I know that. Good for you, Lindy. Yeah, Pat Jonas says, that's a lot to digest. I've never heard that. Watched, exactly. Yes. Yes, true to it. We do. I just thought that was really something. I was produced, then thrown to the wolves. That's sad, Angie Mo. 80s kids were neither watched or raised. Yeah, I need a card. I mean, there's probably something to that, right? Like I'm an 80s kid, but Christy kids, I hadn't either. And I can't speak to your guys' upbringing. I get that, Renee B. But it's something to really, yeah, Lindy, it's something to really unpack. Some of you were watched, not raised. Good for you, Maisie Shiloh. She says, I was raised and I raised my kids. Lumen. I would say, speaking about Huxley, I mean, I would say that he was raised for the most part, but because he was raised between a mixture of me and his dad and then Doug and Brenda, I would say, yeah, Mags, I would say partly raised, probably partly watched. I don't think Scientologists raise their children at all. And obviously, you guys know that, right? Like, hey, Laker dog. Angel K, love you, girl. I mean, there's all kinds of reasons. There's all kinds of reasons that Scientologists, they don't raise their kids. We know this. I mean, kids are, yeah. I mean, Haley Sane, I was going to say this. There you go, Joe Virus. Scientology doesn't think children are children. They think they're tiny adults, right? Yes, that's correct. And sorry, guys, someone's texting me that I felt like I had to answer because I rarely get a chance to answer this person. They have a tight schedule. Low effort families, Lumen. Sadly, looking at the chat, this isn't obviously a Scientology issue. I can only speak to my upbringing. But it's weird. It's such a weird dynamic. Scientologists, it's like their kids aren't their kids to begin with. We know this, right? They're little bodies, big beings. So like everybody's the same age in Scientology. They just have little bodies. So that's why, like, even me at a young age, there was no HENR. Yeah, Raymond, there was no HENR, which is human emotion and reaction. That was never allowed. And we had something called, I don't think this is yeah, Trixie, I don't think this is an English, I don't think it's an outside of Scientology word. It's called dramatization. And we use that all the time. And so, like, if a kid was crying, I've talked about this. God, I still have something in my eye. If a kid was crying, or let's say a kid was on the floor throwing a tantrum, people like at the org, I've seen this happen many times. People at the org would literally step over the child. Love you, Mags. Step over the child. And they would go, hey, Rhonda Frank, I'm not going to put up with that dramatization. Like, that's what you call a kid who's using HENR, human emotion and reaction. Literally, it's like they're not human. You would look and go, I'm not dealing with that dramatization. That's how we refer to kids a lot. I don't know if other ex-Scientologists did. Like, they may say, no, we didn't. I did, where I grew up, where I was raised, and at the Kansas City church, we had a lot of kids. And if they threw any kind of fit, if they had any kind of human emotion and reaction, that's what you say. I'm not going to deal with that dramatization. And basically all that is they're dramatizing something. Doesn't mean dramatic. I mean, it's definitely entails that, right? But when you're dramatizing something, you're dramatizing something else. Like, is this an English word? Do you guys use that? Dramatizing? Dramatizing? Is that a word for you guys? We use it all the time in Scientology. And a dramatization is like a restimulant. That's a Scientology word too. It's a restimulation. A restimulation is like something triggered. So, okay. It's a word for you too. Is dramatization a word for you? Do you guys say dramatization? I don't think you do. Like, you don't use the word randomity, do you? That's a big word in Scientology, but I don't think it's an outside word. Randomity? No one you would know. Okay, Lumen says over dramatization. Joe says yes. Okay, Marissa Martin says no. Okay, so some of you are saying moon taxi, some of you are saying no, some of you are saying yes. A dramatization, an adult can pull off a dramatization too, but no to randomity. Okay. Dramatization is just something that, yes, it includes being dramatic, but you're being dramatic because something has keyed in. I can't explain this without Scientology words. No one, help me. No one, you should know. Dylan's not in the chat, is he? I can't translate to English right now. Hey, DNB. Okay, Kat says dramatization is a common word. It is not, it's not the same. It's not the same definition. Okay, thanks, Joe. Hold on, I just saw a question. Somebody just asked me a question and I can't see it now. What's the weird baby formula? Okay, I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, so I feel like I'm giving you guys misunderstood words. Audrey, hey, Lacey Silver. Keyed in, yeah, is the same thing as triggered. So it means something. Rhonda Frank, thank you for that validation. She said, say it in Scientology and we'll try to figure it out. A dramatization, okay, would be something where a person is restimulated or a past incident is keyed in. If children are adults in small bodies, is it common for kids to confess to being a soul of an adult that had died all day long? Yes, it's very common. Yeah, Patty Hartman. So yeah, Muffet wouldn't be. So an incident gets keyed in. Okay, so something from your past gets restimulated, triggered, and then yeah, there we go. Dramatizing means you're acting out your past trauma. Yes. Why did I make that so hard? Thank you, no one. I just got into the thick of Scientology terms and I couldn't seem to get myself out of it. That's what it means. Something got restimulated, some incident, whether it be past life, some sort of an incident, and you are currently acting it out. So an adult can do it too, but most of the time, adults would walk by a kid and go, get me away from that dramatization. Get me away from that. Like, I don't want to be around that dramatization. I've literally seen people walk around kids. They're like throwing a fit, screaming, like 2, 3-year-olds that can't control themselves yet and haven't been broken. And adult Scientologists are like, why is this dramatization in this room? Like, they'll say it. How does an adult act that out? What do you mean, Ty Mark? I don't know what you mean. Hey, Original Ann. Hey, Rue. What's that weird baby formula? It is a combination of you take a muslin cloth and you put a certain amount of barley in it. And then you boil that. And in my case, I boiled it in a crock pot for 8 hours. And you use that barley water. It's supposed to turn pink, the water. And then you mix that. In my case, I mixed it with goat's milk and Karo syrup. And you mix that all together. And that's supposed to be the barley formula that L. Ron Hubbard concocted. And he said, I get it, Hope Between the Dreams. We were talking about that yesterday. I'm sorry. The muslin is for straining. Can't you use cheesecloth? No, you're supposed to follow it to a T. It's no honey in the recipe I used. No one. As a matter of fact, I got written up big time. I got reported because I wasn't following it correctly by using goat's milk. He says to use cow's milk, and I didn't think. I researched that, and cow's milk is not supposed to be good for a brand newborn baby. So I researched that, and goat's milk is supposed to be more soft on the stomach for a newborn. So I switched to yeah, it's Karo. No one, it's not honey. It's Karo syrup. So I switched to goat's milk, and I got majorly written up and sent to ethics over that. And the only people, I didn't taste it. I don't drink milk. I can't even think about milk. Milk makes me sick. I don't like the thought of milk. I've never tasted the barley. I was raised on the barley formula as a child, but even my mom says you and your sister both hated milk. Like my sister and I don't like milk. I can't even look at it. Milk grosses me out. Adults can also experience what? A dramatization time arc would be the same thing. Like if you're stimulated about some past incident in present time, you'd be doing the same thing like a child would. So I wish I could find the reference on the barley formula because it would blow your guys' mind. I'll put cow's milk in my chai. I will drink milk in a tea or something like that. I cannot drink straight milk. I can't eat cereal for that reason. Like I'll have milk in a casserole or something like that, but I cannot look at a glass of milk and like watch anybody drink it. It grosses me out. I don't know why. I have no idea where that comes from. But like if I see somebody eating something white, now I love sour cream. I'll eat cottage cheese, but like I can't watch people eat it because they get like any kind of like milk on their face or like if someone has like ranch on that, I can't look at it. It really freaks me out. Restimulated means triggered. Yes. Yeah, original and I can't do it. So the barley reference is really interesting because LRH says specifically, new mothers should not breastfeed. I always found that to be kind of sad because I remember reading that and thinking, I thought breastfeeding was supposed to be really good. Now he says breastfeeding used to be like in the old days, LRH wrote in this reference, breastfeeding was a good thing way back when. But he says with mothers now, the diets nowadays in humans and women, he said there is no nutrition whatsoever getting to the baby. So the creepy thing about this reference, he says, I recalled, of course, and if you understand what that means in Scientology terms to say recall, like in a Scientology session, the auditor may give you a command that says, recall a time that you killed someone in a past life. Recall a time that you were in love. It's to pull up an incident from your past. So I think that's probably the same definition as in the real world, but we use that word a lot. Like it's not used like you would say, not that I recall. It's kind of similar, but like when you like we say like, is that in your recall? Like that's how we use that word. I don't think you guys use it that way. Hey, Barbara, wait, like anything within human history, you might say as a Scientologist, like, do you have any recall on that? That's how we use it. So it's different than I think. That feels a little different to me, maybe not. So he did what I'm trying to say is in this reference, he says, he's speaking for himself and he says, what I had to do to save babies right now in this day and age is he says, I recalled a past life incident. He says from like 1200 years ago. And he goes, I recalled a time where I recalled the Roman soldiers drinking this barley formula. Hey, always late before they go into battle. And he says it's packed full of protein. You could live on it. This barley formula has all these nutrients. And he was like, that's what the Roman soldiers drank before they went to fight. So he was like, this is the best possible recipe for a baby. And of course, we all bought it. We all believed it. I was raised on it. My sister was raised on it. Michael, Huxley's dad, was raised on the barley formula. Pretty much every Scientology kid is a barley formula baby. That's what they call them. You're a barley formula kid, right? Like you weren't breastfed, right? Like breastfeeding, he says, is very frowned upon. Like don't do it. Do this instead. Haul out your crock pot before you go to battle. Yes. Yeah. The only reason babies don't starve in the barley water diet is the goat cow milk. Otherwise, they'd be terribly malnutrition. Well, I will say this. Huxley was a big kid. Hey, Riley's human. He was 10 pounds, 4 ounces when he was born. He was a big kid. His dad was 10 pounds, 3 ounces when he was born. So big kids, right? I'm not sure if that's the reason why, but I remember my in-laws constantly saying, and this was like for the first year, Huxley was always, whenever I took him to the doctor, he was always in the 99th percentile. Hey, Wendy Murray, he was always like bulky. He was a big kid. He weighed a lot. Everything. He was long. Well, because of the fact that he wasn't like a little scrawny baby, right? He was born larger. My in-laws would always say like, oh, look at that barley baby. Like you can really tell a barley baby. He's so meaty. He's so bulky. And I was like, is he, or was he just born that way? Like his body was born that way. When he was born, he looked like a Chipotle burrito. He was huge. So I always thought that was kind of it was just weird. But Huxley was on the barley formula for the first I think he drank it for like 14 months, but he never got baby formula. I never breastfed him. And I remember feeling kind of sad about that. I remember feeling, I wonder if I should have breastfed him, right? And looking back on that, that is so effed up. Like, I remember taking him to this pediatrician, and she ended up, I got a different doctor for Huxley. I really ended up liking the other doctor more, and he kept him until he retired. And this pediatrician was so pissed she wouldn't see us as a patient. She was so mad. She came, I brought him in for his like 6 month or whatever checkup. And she was like, so you're feeding him what formula? Like, she wanted to write it down. And I said, well, we have our own formula that we make. And she gave me the weirdest look. She was she was like a newer doctor. And she was like, what? I'm kind of surprised this woman didn't do something more about it. She fired us as patients though. She was like, what are you doing? And I explained it to her, and I probably should have lied. Like, that's my issue. Like, I'm a little bit too upfront about stuff that I probably shouldn't have been. I mean, I already felt weird explaining it. You know, there's some things as a Scientologist, looking back, you just kind of overlook the red flags. Like, there's some things that I believed in my heart to be true. Like that I was 76 trillion years old. I believed that all this past life recall, I believed that I pulled everything in that was ever done bad to me. I believed that I was in control of matter, energy, space, and time around me. I believed in the dynamics. Like, some things were very real to me. But then I would feel feelings of doubt when I was in the outside world, if that makes sense. She probably did think it was abuse. No one. Oh, she couldn't report you because Huxley was healthy, so she fired you as a patient. That could be Kestrel. Once you're isolated as a Scientologist, though, in the outside world, does that make sense? Like, I took him to a doctor's appointment. I was by myself with him, and I was surrounded by non-Scientologists in that moment. So I didn't have anybody there to like back me up. And a lot of formulas are bad too. Florence Southern says. Yeah, Trisha Kelly, it's hard. It's hard to. So anyway, she was like, what are you feeding him? And I said, we make our own. And she was like, what does that mean? What are you doing? And I said, it's a barley formula. I was like, and then I remember saying, and I'm sure she was like, what? I said, it's for religious. It's for religious reasons. Like, that's really a first. I could see like vaccinating. Oh, thank you, Rain. She says, you have a healthy teenager. You did great. Well, he's super healthy now. Yes. He's always been healthy. And I've always taken him to the doctor, and he's always gotten a good report. So, I mean, that is true. Thank you for saying that, Rain. But I doubt, I can see people saying like, we do this for religious reasons. A baby formula was probably a stretch, but it was the truth. It was for religious reasons, And I just remember her being like, she was so rude. I remember her first name was Angela, but I can't remember her last name. And she was like, what? And I said, well, it's a formula that I was raised on. And I remember getting really like sweaty and uncomfortable. And this lady was like I feel like a little overbearing with me. I remember her looking at me and she went, what's going on here? And it made me so uncomfortable. No, she didn't ask me what religion rocks in a box, but I remember her just like narrowing it down to, she went, what's going on here? And I was like, hey, P. Taylor. I was like, oh God, I felt really nervous. I was like, where are my Scientologists right now? Cause I need them. Like, I didn't know what to say. And she said, she handed me my records that day. She gave me a file and she was like, you're no longer welcome in this office. You're gonna have to find somebody else. And I was like, okay, like that's weird, but okay. My ex does say I'm a great mom, Lindy. Yeah, absolutely he does. I loved the outside world, but if something Scientology came up, I felt bad anxiety, if that makes sense. Yes, me too. No, not me too. Actually, not at all. I didn't love the outside world. I felt nervous if I was by myself in the outside world for a long time, but I felt super bad anxiety. If I had to bring up Scientology at all, like if I had to talk about Scientology in the outside world, yeah, I got like really anxious. I felt weird. I would sometimes get sweaty because what is the thing that people go to in the outside world when you speak Scientology? For me, yeah, I know that Katie did it. For me, that could be, hey, Joyce Drager. What was I just going to say? I don't remember because I was reading comments. Hey, Christy Bell. Oh, I know what I was going to say. For me, almost immediately, if you bring up Scientology in the outside world, people would always go to aliens. You don't believe in God, and tell us about Xenu. Like, those were the three things. And that shit got old for me after decades of being in Scientology. So I was like, I don't want to bring this up. I don't want to talk about it. It's uncomfortable. It's a weird topic. I don't want to answer questions like that. And people just were so uncomfortable with me about it. My mom couldn't breastfeed. My siblings and I were fed evaporated milk with a little Karo syrup. This was back in the late 60s. Interesting. Anne from Massachusetts. Good question. Hope between the dreams. What would you tell those under the radar as far as baby steps in the outside world? What do you mean baby steps? Like just getting out carefully? What do you mean by that? Actually, Kim is Blue. I'm not sure that I fully understand what you mean. I had a doctor fire me claiming I was displaying drug-seeking behavior because I kept trying to get a refill on my medication, which is not pain or psychological meds. I mean, yeah, doctors are not always correct. Baby steps of how to feel okay in the outside world. Do you mean once they get out? Like once they're out of Scientology? Or do you mean like, good night, Lindy? Do you mean them trying to get out under the radar? I feel like I want to answer this question, Kim is Blue, but I don't know what you mean. Like once they're out, or do you mean trying to get out? Because that's two very different things. Either way. Okay. two very different things for me, but I'm not sure I'm the person to ask because I didn't leave how I would have chosen to leave. So the only thing I would say, therapy 100% no on. But the biggest thing I would say is that looking back on it now, it's actually a really good question. Looking back on it now, what's it been? 2 years for me? It's not what they told us it was going to be. As far as therapy, no one is right. But as far as therapy and as far as the world itself, the non-Scientologists, the people, now don't get me wrong, there's some terrible people out here, but it's not scary. It's not what they told us it was going to be. They told us it was going to be this super, hey, sassy, super degraded being cesspool environment of like nothing but criminals and perverts is pretty much what we're told. And all these people in the outside world are just swimming through the unethical mud and they don't stand for anything and they're brainwashed and they're, you reached out for help to the Aftermath Foundation. That was indirect baby steps, if that makes sense. Yeah, for sure. I reached out for help. I would say for anyone to reach out for help, 100%. And that could be any of the ex-Scientologists and any of the foundations that help with that. You know, if you're not comfortable doing that, my email is always posted. I'm happy to help. I love helping. There's two people. One of them I don't talk to as much now, but one for sure that's under the radar that I've been talking with. Do you think you would have made a plan to get out if you were never outed? Yeah, Kim is blue. No, Renee B, but I would see one. I just don't have one. Do you think you would have made a plan to get out? You know how I always say to you guys, I would have never left. I don't know that I would have actually left. No, I don't think that would have ever happened. I've had close people to me nowadays say to me, yes, you would. You would have figured out a way to leave. I just remember so clearly my phone call with Aaron. And I remember like telling him I was so excited to talk to him. And I remember just saying to him, like, I don't want to leave because I don't want to lose everybody, but I'd love to be able to get out of this, but I know I can't get out of this. Like, I think it's pretty clear when you're a Scientologist, there is no leaving. There, makes me think of that Don Henley song, Hotel California. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Like, you'll never be able to leave. The older Huxley got, the harder it would have been for you to stay. Yes, 100%. Topsy says, I'm behind, but just got to where Reese is saying about not breastfeeding Hux. Don't feel bad. That barley stuff sounds dreadful, but not having mother's milk won't have any effect beyond. Yes, Abby Shy. Hey, Abby Shy, I haven't seen you for a while. I do plan to cover the Jesters again. Kathy Ann is working very hard with me to cover up and edit and get rid of people's faces, get rid of people's names. We don't want to dox anybody, but yes, I do intend to put some stuff out and do a little show on the Jesters. I don't think you could have faked it forever, Barbara Waits. That's probably true. Yeah. Do you realize you have 3 different groups you can help? Scientology, abused women, and Jesters. Your story is very important to be told. Time Mark. I'm glad that you say that. Yes, I do realize that. And I'm very excited about those 3 different groups. I won't say anything else, but yes. Yeah, Kat. So speaking of, that's why I titled this. I'm sure you're right. Here's the problem with that, though, Kim is blue. Kim is blue says, I bet there's so many others wishing they could get out. That's probably true. But at the same time, I just maybe, my brother-in-law and my sister lost their dog today, and he just answered me. I texted him. It was his dog before they ever met. I think she was 18 years old, but he just said, thank you for thinking of me. It's been a long afternoon. So sad. I think she had a stroke. She was 18. I mean, I'm sad for them, but I'm really always happy when a dog makes it that long. But she was a sweet dog. Her name was Tasha. It's sad. I bet there are others wishing they could get out too, Kim, but I also don't see people leaving in droves. And I hope that day comes. I really do. But for now, thanks, guys. Thank you. I'll pass that on. For now, I don't know, like, how many people are actually trying to get out of Scientology. I think this makes me think of, I always think in terms of like movies or things that I've seen, but it makes me think of the Silence of the Lambs when he says, what happened when she's talking about the scene with the lambs. And she says, I opened the gate to their pen, but they wouldn't move. I tried to free them. She said, but they just stood there frozen. They wouldn't move. It was so sad. I love that scene. Thanks, Alina. And he says, what did you do? And she says, I grabbed one lamb and I ran as fast as I could with it. That's what makes me think of Scientology. You can open the gate. They're going to stand there frozen. They're afraid to move. They're not going anywhere. That's how I see that. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am wrong. I think I can speak to this pretty much in an expert manner, right? I was one, and I don't think very many of them. Like, do you know how many times I want to go to Flag or LA or Nashville org? And all I want to say, like, I want to open the door to these places and just say, come outside and leave with me. Those are the words I want to say. Come outside and leave with me. Oh, I'm sure Time Mark, you're absolutely right. And so is Kim is blue. I bet it's more than people than we think, but they can't leave. There's a difference. They can't leave. So as much as we can open the gate to their pen, they're going to stand there frozen. That's what she says. They just stood there. They wouldn't move. They were frightened and frozen. They're so conditioned, guys. We are so conditioned to this very moment. I still think in terms of Scientology in a lot of ways. In this very moment, I gave you a full sentence in Scientology lingo because I couldn't think of it, the English terms. I still think in my head Scientology words, which is exactly why it's a cult. They can't leave. You are absolutely correct. Trapped by brainwashing and threats. Topsy, no doubt. But guys, that is what it is. It's the truth. We can open the gate to their pens. We can, like, I love what especially people, Aaron and Natalie, are doing because they are constantly spreading the truth out there about Scientology. The problem is, in my opinion, you're putting the truth out there for all the non-Scientologists because the Scientologists are like this in the pen, like the lambs, and they're not allowed to look at what anybody's saying about Scientology. It took me years to watch the Leah Remini show. I would not watch it. We were given a dead agent pack on that. I couldn't watch it. So as amazing as it is to spread the truth about Scientology, and I am glad to do it too, we're not really getting to the people behind the doors of the Church of Scientology. They're not going home at night secretly watching Aaron's shows. Some of them might be, but most of them are not because you have the e-meter. So they're constantly being checked and meter checked to make sure you're not watching anything. Okay. That is a real fact. Do you know how many times I have gone in and they put you on the cans and they say, have you looked at anything? Have you read anything? Has anybody talked to you about this? Is there anything that you want to tell us that you've seen negatively about Scientology? If you were still on Scientology, you would have for sure come across some SPTV videos and or finished the aftermath, and we would have found a way to gain the courage out. Yeah, and you would have found a way. I mean, Reese had 1 foot out of Scientology and 1 foot on a banana peel. That's true. I don't, unfortunately, as much as I made friends with Aaron Smith-Levin, guys. Is that Bubby?
Yeah, he wants to go.
Bubsy. As much as I made friends with Aaron when I called the Aftermath Foundation, I loved him. I loved talking to him. Topsy, I'm glad. I didn't watch his show. I didn't watch his channel. I didn't watch YouTube. Even when I was friends with Aaron, under the radar, not doxed yet, I did not go watch his channel. Does that tell you something? I didn't watch it. When he outed me that night and called me the next day and was like, look, I accidentally put your name up. He was like, I don't think they saw it. I was sitting in Jeff's office looking at Jeff with him on speaker. And I was like, and Aaron was like, I think there's like, we're good. I think we're good. I didn't even see that show. How many of you? Put a 1 in the chat right now. There's so many of you that say, I watched that show. I saw when he doxed you. I didn't even see it. I didn't watch his show. Thank you, Trisha Kelly. Tells us you love your family and didn't want to look how many 1s there are. I wasn't there. What does that tell you? Seriously. Holy shit. Well, Kim is Blue, you didn't see it after the fact because he edited that out immediately. Sassy, you're probably right. Look how many 1s there are here. Wow. Wow. I love that hope between the dreams. What is that? I don't think I've ever said that on my channel. Not because I'm hiding it. I just never thought about it. What does that tell you? I was speaking to him under the radar, but I was just his friend. It's not that I didn't support his channel. I just didn't watch YouTube. I mean that when I say it now. I don't watch YouTube. I happen to be a YouTuber, but I don't watch YouTube. I don't watch anybody. I don't tune into anything. No, Lori Lee. Bubsy? Oh, I know, Trisha Kelly. Aaron felt horrible when that happened. Little did we know it was going to save my life and my child's life, right? And open all kinds of doors. And I would find friends and therapy. I mean, it's totally changed my life. But I was only talking to him as a friend, as a person, as him helping me from the Aftermath Foundation, all of that. I wasn't really a viewer of growing up in Scientology. I never watched him. So I didn't see that night that he did that. You know, I remember also the first live you had with him after he doxed you. You were in Jeff's home office. Yep, I was in Jeff's office. Must have been so tough to feel like you were surrounded by the serial killer and still feel there's no way. Yes, it was. Original Ann. It was really hard. And I've been thinking about those emotions, like Seamus, quit being cray. I've been thinking about those emotions lately a lot. Like, and as far as once I was, hey, little mink, I didn't know that no one. I did know that actually. Once I was doxxed, Seamus, having to play even more of the double agent type, like having to do that even more, having to up my skills of like pretending to be a Scientologist. Now, luckily it didn't last long. I guess I forgot. How did you find out, talk to Aaron? I called the Aftermath Foundation after I saw the show. If you could do research about milk and make up your own mind about why not about leaving, Peace Lady, I would think you know the answer to that. Switching from cow's milk to goat's milk and getting a report written on me for that is hugely different and being put on the meter and security checked than looking up how to leave, right? Bumblebee says, I left and went back 3 times. Each return was more harsh than the one before. Yep. Hey, Provin G. I'm sorry to say this, but I'm very happy you were outed. Don't be sorry at all. Don't be sorry at all. It's amazing. It's the best thing that ever happened to me, guys. Seamus said, F this pillow. He sure did. The woman in that video has grown and blossomed. It has been wonderful to witness. Thank you so much, West Coast Fancy Nancy. It's hugely different to be willing to lose everyone you ever knew. Everybody I ever knew, right? And I've been thinking, I think that's one of the reasons. Seamus, why are you being all crazy? I think that's one of the reasons that I've been feeling, yeah, it's a high crime. I've been feeling, love you, Patty. Why do you sound like James Earl Jones? He sounds like, Rodney Dangerfield. It's weird. Come here, Bubsy. Bubsy, what's wrong? Bubby? Shamey? What are you unsettled about? Yeah, Peace Lady, it's just two totally different things. Researching milk and researching how to leave Scientology and then being put on the cans, two very different things. Bubsy? Bubsy. Come here. Oh, Hims is so cute. She's so cute. Where's your brother? Are you upset that your brother is probably outside? Oh, Bubsy. Bubsy doesn't like me to hold him. He only likes Huxley to hold him. He's okay, Renee B. He's just talking like Mufasa from The Lion King. What was I saying? I have been, I think, kind of tired lately, like physically tired, because I've been talking about this behind the scenes a lot with a friend, just going through the motions and the emotions of what it was like in those moments of being outed. And it's been heavy. Yeah, Muffet Lou. I don't know where Moose is, but he does love Bo. Seamus thinks Bo is his father, and it's sad. But he is fatherless, and that makes sense. Shamey, quit being weird. It's I can tell good vibes. I don't let them out at night when the sun goes down, so we need to get Moose in. He can't go out now. Seamus can't go out. There's too many predators at night. They can go out during the day, but I don't let them out at night. If that makes sense. See, I'm really glad we're even processing and talking about this. Like, there's so many emotions that I have felt lately. Just again, like the feelings of depression when I first found out about this, and just the hit I took. I mean, even still to this day, this is such good content. I want to talk about this, but I don't know exactly how I want to put it into words. But like, even to this day, I still think about things, concepts in Scientology, and I'm like, I guess that's not real. Like, it's hard for me not to. I spent 38 years believing this crazy cuckoo shit. And some of it, looking at it now, I'm like, whoa, I can't believe I believed that. But some of it's a little less. And I'm like, what am I supposed to believe now? Does that make sense? Oh, Rain, that's sad. Yeah, Hope Between the Dreams. I can't have them outside at night. There's just so much to it that I still feel like I haven't even unpacked that. I haven't even talked about that. Does that make sense? But I guess it makes sense to me too, because I don't do Scientology content all the time. Yeah, Kim is Blue. It'll take a while to work through. I don't talk about Scientology all the time. How often do we talk about it? I don't know. Maybe once every other week, once a week. I don't know. I'm not sure. I know it weaves into our stuff, but so that's what brings me to this title. Reese, when you stop saying we about Scientology and start saying they, you will have turned another corner. Yeah, I do say we. I still talk like I'm a Scientologist. I'm not ashamed of that. I want to be ashamed of that. I'm not going to be mad at myself for that. Thank you, Muffet Lou. That's why I titled this, It's What We Know. So a friend today and I were talking, and she was talking about the last couple of relationships I've been in and Scientology. And hey, Hux, can you let your brother back out? He's being weird. Yeah, originally, and I've only been out for 2 years. Thank you, son. Didn't you say that your friend Michelle asked good questions to help you process this? Maybe she could come on and interview it. She wants to, actually. We were going to do that maybe next week, Angie Mo. Have you tried melatonin with slow release? It makes it harder to wake up. I've tried melatonin before, and it really hasn't worked well for me, Iwa. Thank you, Hope Between the Dreams, and I love you too. So a friend asked me something today. Thanks, West Coast Fancy Nancy, and said something about the last 2 relationships I was in. And she said, that is so like not normal. And she said, my husband has never called me names. Like, we fought, but it was never disrespectful. Like, what I'm saying is, and I'm not trying to slam any of these guys, but like even the Dan O'Connor thing, even people throwing chairs in Scientology, we're so used to, I think what I'm getting at, I have a really high tolerance for what I will allow someone to do to me. Does that make sense?
Are you on the store?
I might. Do you still need, I know you need milk.
Yeah, that's it. I have everything else. Chicken.
Are you out of milk now?
No.
Okay, good. All right. I might, son.
Sorry to interrupt there.
You're okay. Violence is normalized for sure, but did you hear that? Huxley said, tell everyone I said hi. Hux, I'm going to have you say Happy Mother's Day to the ladies. If you want to wave to people right now, you can. I'm the one that said that you can't come on the show. It's not like it's illegal. If you want to say hi, you can.
No, I get it. I'm kidding.
You can just pop in and say hi.
Hey, everybody.
Aww.
I'll come on Mother's Day, I guess, real quick.
Yeah, I was thinking you could come on Mother's Day and just say hi to everybody. Look at how big and tall he is, everybody. Show your arms.
Oh, yeah, my arms.
Show the other one. Look at him. Look at how bulky he is. Huxley bulks up. He works out. He eats protein. He counts his macros. He's pretty beefy.
Yeah, I'm beefier than I was when I used to be.
I
wasn't very beefy.
think it's that barley formula.
What's that?
You were raised on it.
Oh, yeah.
It's a weird Scientology milk that you used to drink in your bottle.
It sounds healthy. So
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that it was. He's very tall.
Yeah.
He's very tall. Here, are you wearing shoes?
No.
I am, so I'm not sure.
We're kind of close to the same height. You have shoes on. So.
Yeah. Oh, sorry about my shorty shorts. I have shoes on. You're taller than me for sure. Look at his arms.
Yeah, I was doing some arms and forearms and sometimes.
Yeah,
Don't skip leg day either. Never skip legs.
don't skip leg day, everybody. Yeah, he's much taller. He eats eggs. He eats a lot of eggs, Rue.
I'm gonna eat some tuna and spaghetti. Probably.
Tuna and spaghetti. Are you gonna eat the leftover spaghetti from that restaurant?
Yeah. Well, it's good saying hi to everybody.
You're so cute, Hux. That's cute. Isn't he cute? Huxley is so fucking cute. He has a little mustache. His mustache is bigger than mine. Yeah, protein is good. He is so healthy, Original Ann, how he eats. It's crazy. You know, that was the other thing somebody asked me about. I kind of want to bring that up too. He is so cute. He's about to make his protein shake. He makes a protein shake at night about this time. He eats hard-boiled. I mean, I have to hard-boil like 2 dozen eggs a week. He eats hard-boiled eggs. He eats these egg bite things that I get at Costco. He eats beef sticks that I get at Costco. He eats yogurt, cheese, tuna. Like, he's so crazy about what he eats. And I'm proud of that. What's the alternative? That he doesn't care and he's just drinking Coca-Cola and carbs and sugar? I mean, he's really funny about what he eats. And he's very serious lately about having that as some kind of, thanks, Sassy, having that as some kind of a career. Like, he's not sure yet as far as college, but he's talking about like having some kind of a career in like nutrition and health and working out. So I'm not really sure. He's not dating yet that I know of. If you weren't born in Scientology, what made people think it was a good idea to join? Looking from the outside sounds crazy. Cliff Ann, I don't really know the answer to that. He eats burgers and pizza. He eats carbs, but he's funny. Like, he only does it certain times, and he's funny about just counting everything up and what he eats. I'm really proud of him for that. You can tell, you guys. You see his arms? He's like super into health and fitness and wellness. Like, at 15, I'm impressed by that. I love that, actually. Like, I always worried about it. I don't know the answer to that, Cliff Ann, by the way, because it is so kooky. I don't know. If you're not born in, why would you join? I don't know. What was I just saying about his health? I don't know, other than he's really, really insane about his diet. And I don't know what I was going to say other than, oh, I was worried about that. So this is something I've never said probably, but as a child, I was super, hey, Michelle P., I was super almost over the top about what he ate and how much he slept. I was a freak about that. And that's not a Scientology thing. I don't think, because I've always been that way with the men that I've been with. Like, I always made sure Huxley was in bed when he was a little. Like, I would make him go to bed by like 7:30, 8 o'clock. I always like tried to make him get at least 12 hours of sleep as a child. I never let him have sugar. I was so weird about anything sugary. So like when he was little, I would like make his food. I was always like weird about organic, which I'm not like that now as much, but like chopping up vegetables. Like, I remember putting him in his high chair and like having all these different food groups. And like, I was super weird about it. And I'll never forget going to a family Christmas party in Omaha, which I never do. My mom's family had a Christmas party. And I can't remember if he was 5, 6, he'd never really had sugar. Like, he would have fruit. I'd let him have fruit, but like, I never gave him candy ever. I was weird about it. Like, really weird about, I didn't want him to get addicted to sugar and like be this really unhealthy baby and child. I just didn't. Like, I remember the way I grew up, and I would walk to the gas station and buy Laffy Taffy, and I had rotten teeth, and I remember drinking Snapple all the time. My dad bought Snapple and Clearly Canadian. Like, that shit's so bad for you. And I just didn't want to do that. So, yeah, Rain, I mean, it's not a bad thing, Susan P. I agree. Like, she says I was the same way. And I went to this Christmas party, and someone on my mom's side of the family, he comes running up to me, and his face is covered in chocolate, and she gave him a bunch of fudge. He had never had that. And I was so pissed. Oh, I know. I had rotten teeth because my mom put apple juice in my baby bottles. I had like all caps when I was little. I had rotten teeth. And so I was weird about that. But anyway, she gave him all this fudge, and he was like psychotic, right? He had all this sugar for the first time. And I was really pissed. I remember being really mad. And this woman was like, it's just fudge. So what? Like, she was like, I give it to my grandkids all the time. And I was like, ugh, I was so mad. I was like, what if you had an allergy or something? Like, who just gives? I don't know. It bothered me a lot. But yeah, he's still that way today, Kestrel, because of that. He loves raw broccoli. Like, Huxley asked me every time I go to the store, get a bag of carrots, get a bag of celery, get a bag of broccoli, and he just eats that stuff raw. And I know that's probably because he was raised on it, because I am a vegetable eater big time, and so I was constantly eating veggies in our house. And even for dinner tonight, he ate a bunch of the broccoli I made. So anyway, I don't know where we went on that, but I'm glad you guys got to see him. He misses you guys, and he said that. He's like, I wish I could come on your stream. And I'm like, well, it's not like it's illegal. We certainly can. You know, I don't mind you popping on every once in a while, but I just had to talk with him. And I said, you're 15 and you're probably gonna start dating. And I don't know that like, you're going to want this all out there, but at the same time, it's not like I'm following him around with a camera all day. He's not some child that's on a TV show. I think it's okay. Don't you? Like, I think it's okay to have him pop on and say hello to you guys. I know it's okay. I don't need to get approval. I know it's okay. I don't care who shames me about it. I don't care what anybody thinks about it. I know there are other YouTubers out there that bring on their young little girls and stuff. It's their choice. Perfectly okay. My daughter was a rabbit. I couldn't keep lettuce and carrots in the fridge. Yeah. Huxley loves veggies. Yeah, Kim is blue. I do too. He usually just talks baseball, and there's nothing about that that's embarrassing anyway. I agree, Lori Lee. Yeah, Zoe, it is okay. It is okay. Like, people are going to shame me and try to make me look bad for any possible reason. Who left a comment? It was so funny. They said you could literally throw out $100 bills and people would make streams about you saying that you're littering. It's probably true. You could go throw money out into the city and people would be like, she's littering. Look at how evil she is. Yeah, Rue, it's okay. It's perfectly okay. So unless there's more to talk Scientology, we can wrap this up. I wasn't even going to come on tonight, but I still feel fine. Like I'm not going to poop myself at all, which is great. Yeah, Trixie. But people are going to say things about us, whether we want them to, whether it's true, all of that, right? Like they're going to do it anyway. Hey, power lies to paralyze. I don't think you guys had any more questions. I will be back tomorrow. I have things I have to do in the morning. I have some things I will just say. Sorry, Raymond. I have some things that I'm really looking forward to that I can't talk about yet, but I have some like really interesting things that I'm taking part in and I'm helping with, and it's behind the scenes, and I don't really want people to know about it yet, but I'm going to be a part of some things that are really helping people. And my secret was the broccoli thing, that I make broccoli and then I shit my pants. Yeah, gossipers are going to gossip. Assholes are going to post nasty comments. I love you too, Kestrel. It's so true. It's so true. Thank you, Kim is Blue. But there's a lot of things that I'm really trying to work toward to help people behind the scenes. And Patty Hartman, that's kind of you to ask. My dad's actually doing really well. He has chemo this week. He has chemo every other week. He's doing pretty good, I think. Thank you, Trixie. But I'm really looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the things that eventually I'll be able to talk about when they are fully formed. Hey, Cheryl, birthday, Marty Jewel. And even just thinking about those things, love you, Mary Barons, makes me feel so much better about where I'm going. And it makes me feel so much better about all the people who choose to tell lies, all the people who say, she's nothing but a grifting, sad fishing, gross, whatever. When I'm working on all the stuff I'm working on behind the scenes to actually help other people, it really is hard to let any of that stuff affect you. It really is hard. You look at those people and you think, what are you doing to help anything ever? Like, what are you doing to help your environment? Are you doing anything? Like, do you self-help? Are you working on yourself at least? Do you reflect in any way? They don't. And that tells me all I need to know. I don't need to listen to somebody who says terrible things about me, who's never met me, who doesn't know me. You don't know what I'm doing and you don't know where I'm going. How do you feel when you wake up in the morning? Sassy says, I'm tired all the time because I don't sleep anymore, but mentally I feel really grateful every day that I wake up now. You guys are the first thing I think about. My channel is the first thing I think about every day. And I think I am so lucky to have 400 plus people a day come in and listen to me talk, listen to what I have to say, hold my hand through things, validate me, tell me when they think that I'm not on the right track. Tell me when they think that, I don't need to hold on to that guilt anymore. I love you, Katie Fulton. Hey, Shay B. There's so much support here. Just having this channel is a lot to help people, says Peggy Collins. Love you, Joe Virus. I agree with that, Peggy. This channel alone has helped so many people, and over 5 million people have watched things on this channel. And that means the world to me. So it's hard for me to wake up anything but grateful every day. And I know that sounds cheesy to say, but it's true. Thank you, Sassy. I wake up every day and I think of all the friends I have. And I think of the friends that I watched a clip today. Kat, the perfume that Katie Fulton sent is called Baccarat Rouge 550, I think. It feels like home here. Who has seen the movie? I love this movie. Almost Famous. I absolutely love that movie. I've seen it so many times. I used to watch it a lot with my first husband. It does, Trisha Kelly, because people who are hateful are not grateful. I'm not trying to rhyme that. They're not. People who are just full of hate are just full of hate. They're not looking at what they have to be thankful for. It's all perspective, right? No, Cliffan. Yeah, it's with Kate Hudson. I wish I could play the clip, but I'm afraid I'll get demonetized. There's a part, and I'm still not over his death. Love you, Michael Malloy. Philip Seymour Hoffman. I'm not over him. I absolutely loved Philip Seymour Hoffman. I think he was such an amazing human being off camera, but an amazing actor. I'm not over that. You are genuinely relatable, Reese. Definitely the most relatable ex-Scientologist. Topsy, that means so much to me. Thank you for saying that. Thank you, Trisha Kelly. I feel the same. No, Raymond, I'm not. So there's a part in that movie with Philip Seymour Hoffman, and he's talking to the kid. And I listened to this clip today, and I love his character, Lester something in that movie. I can't think of his last name. I know Katie did. And he says in this part, he's talking to the kid about the band, Fever. Was it? No, that was the name of their song. Stillwater. He's talking to the kid about the band. And he says, oh, man. Hey, Jessamine. He goes, oh, man. He goes, you made friends with them. And he says, and this made me sad. It made me choke up a little bit because it made me think of the downfalls, the pitfalls of YouTube. Really made me relate to this quote. He goes, you made friends with them. And he goes, friendship is the booze they feed you to get you drunk so you feel like you belong. And I thought, as much as I've seen that movie, that line didn't mean anything to me until now, right? When the student is ready, the teacher appears kind of a thing. Like I've heard that 100 times, but it didn't absorb for me until today. So he goes, oh man, he goes, you made friends with them, didn't you? And he goes, see, friendship is the booze they feed you to get you drunk, to make you feel like you belong. And I thought, oh, that's really hard hitting, because that's where you don't know. As much as I love my channel and I feel very seasoned. No, Zoe, it's from a film called Almost Famous. I feel very seasoned at this point. I'm not a rookie anymore, and I don't fall for those things. But in the beginning of YouTube, I feel like that happened a lot. I felt like he was talking to me in that moment. Can I play that like just for like 10 seconds, or will I get demonetized? I wonder if there's like a certain amount of seconds. I don't want to play it and then get like a strike or something for playing it, so I won't. But he just says, friendship is the booze they feed you so that you'll get drunk on making you feel like you belong. And I thought, man, that's the part of the world, the YouTube world, right? Like I remember coming out of the gates and everybody wanted to be friends, and I didn't know how to be a friend to a lot of these people. I'm not saying people weren't genuine, but some of them weren't. Some of them were not. Absolutely not. I don't think I can, Angie Mo. I don't think I can. I did that with George Carlin clip not that long ago, and I got demonetized, but I didn't get a strike, which was fine. I just didn't get paid for the views on that particular stream. I didn't care about that. That's the love bomb, says Trisha Kelly. And coming from Scientology, that's especially hard to make friends. Yes, Angel K. Yes. Oh, that's cute, Jessamine. I know. Hope Between the Dreams. There's so many good quotes in that movie. And I was just going to say, yes, Sassy. I had some fake friends for sure in the beginning. And there's one thing that's true. Hey, Galen, there's no such thing to me. I don't care who you are. Like, there's no such thing to me. Yeah, Shelly Kelly, as a friend who pretends to be your friend, but then later comes out and says, because I'm upset with you, I'm going to show receipts to the world because I don't like you anymore. Like, that's not good or healthy for either. That's toxic for both people involved. And I feel like I've been burned, right? And I have definitely burned people. I'm not saying I didn't, but it's so true. Friendship is the booze they feed you to get drunk on so you feel like you belong. And you have to be careful navigating. I feel like coming out of Scientology, I was fresh out of Scientology, and I had all these people going, let me be your friend. Let me be your friend. And I was like, yes, but the problem is I didn't know how to be a friend either, right? Like I wasn't very good at being a friend. Hey, Debbie Zito. Right, Jessamine. What does he say, Hope Between the Dreams, at the end of that conversation? He says something about, so he says, we're not cool. He's talking to the other kid, and he says, we're not like the attractive ones. He said, we're always going to have trouble with women. He says, because we are not cool. And he says, the people who are super hot and like super attractive and get everything in life, he said they're spineless or something like that. And yeah, hold on. Yeah, Cheryl. He says at the end of that quote, I feel like I'm just dragging this on, but he says at the end of that quote, the only currency in this bankrupt world is what you share with a person when you're uncool. I don't know how much that resonates with you, but the way I interpret that, I really love that. The only currency in this bankrupt world is what you share with another person when you're uncool. I love that now more than ever because it actually gave me chills. I have chills right now because everybody's going to interpret that differently. It'll mean something for everybody differently. But to me, like that is, yeah, Kim is blue. That is so true now more than ever. Like, you know, you look at social media, you look at Facebook, you look at all the glam and like, oh, we're so happy. And here's like everything and everything's so perfect. And you look at other people's YouTube channels even, or, you know, whatever they're saying about life. And they're just like, you know, we have this beautiful home and like, I just, you know, had surgery and like, everything's so good. That's not true. I mean, whether we realize that or not, I'm happy for people who are happy and doing well. Don't get me wrong. And I don't want to tear it down, but everybody's flawed. Everybody's going through stuff. And I love sharing this is why I love this channel. I love sharing the good and the bad, the raw moments where we are uncool. See, people say, love you, Iwa. People say on those hate comments that we read, nobody's even willing to work with Reese. Like no creator even wants to deal with her. Well, what if I don't want to work with other creators? What if I'm not trying to be a part of things? What if I'm just trying to discover some things for myself? What if I only want to reach internally and not externally anyway? And what if we come on here and we do our own show with 400 people and love you, Aileen, and we aren't cool? What if we don't come on shining? What if we take the shine off of it? What if we come on and talk about our faults and our flaws and how we haven't been good people and how we're not perfect and how we're not all super shiny? Right? Am I wrong? Like, I really, really love that about this channel, that we come here and we share. Yes. Because it's authentic. If it's not authentic, keep it moving. I'm socially awkward. Yes, Buffy, me too. What if we just come on here? Yeah, I love being flossum. That's an awesome word originally, Anne. I just love that. The only currency in this bankrupt world is what you share with another person when you're uncool. And to me, that just means when your guard is down, when you're flawed and you're letting it all out there. What's so wrong with that? What's wrong with that? The good, the bad, and the ugly. Like, what's wrong with not coming on and acting like everything's fine? You know, that's why I was talking about a text from a friend the other day that was like, you need to step away because you're self-destructing or you're self-imploding or whatever it was. Yeah, it is hope between the dreams. What if that's okay? What if these people accept me anyway? What if that's the point of this channel? I'm not coming on here every day to be like, hey guys, let me tap dance for you for a couple hours. I come on here and I cry and I talk about things I don't understand and I talk about things I'm vulnerable about. And then the chat opens up and they share really deep things. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to pretend and like keep the shine on everything. Thank you, Topsy. And it's also okay to come on and pretend you're okay when you're not. But Buffy, that's not really my style. It's a free fall originally, and it's a free fall. And I love that about us. That's what keeps us so authentic. That's what I love about this fucking channel. Yes, we laugh and we cry together. And it's like talking to friends. But what if that's true? What if that is the true currency? I'm not trying to get deep here, but I really reflect on that. What if that is the true currency in this bankrupt world? Is like things that you share when you're in your most vulnerable position, when you're in those moments. Yes, when you heal, when you share that you've been a piece of shit before, when you share when you were scared, when you share that like, all I know is we're Thetans that have been around for 76 trillion years. Like I feel safe sharing those things. What's wrong with that? A lot's wrong with it because we get attacked for it alive. We literally get eaten alive. But I'm okay with that because at least we're not unoriginal. At least we're real. I mean, at least we just put it out there, right? It's the true currency. That's how I feel. I just thought that was really, really great. I thought that was really, and I just, hey, Richard Sparks, I love when he says, oh no, he goes, you made friends with him. Friendship, he said, friendship is the booze they feed you so that you get drunk feeling like you belong. Now, that's dark, and I don't want to believe that because I have made true friendships here. But it's a great point that you have to look for that. You have to pay attention to that because there are people out there dressed as a wolf in sheep's clothing. I mean, we know that. I've learned that the hard way for sure. Very recently, even. And then I find myself blaming myself for things I shouldn't be taking responsibility for. I'm all about taking responsibility. Trust me. One thing about a Scientologist, we don't ever try to escape accountability. Like, I love how people pin me to that narrative. We don't, Joy Forbes, we do not escape accountability. We hold ourselves accountable for shit that we shouldn't be holding ourselves accountable for. We have to take responsibility for all the matter, energy, space, and time around us. So that's one thing I love about all of us fellow ex-Scientologists. Nobody's trying to get out of shit. Like, we pull everything in. We pull everything in. I'm not going to speak about this anymore. I mean, of course, Tommy will come up because he was a part of my life and I'll talk about him, you know, circumstantial and things, you know, like I talk about Jeff, like just things like that. But I'm not going to be taking any more accountability or responsibility for anything that happened in the past. I'm done with that. I'm going to make peace with it because I find that. Thank you, Topsy. That is so kind. I mean, we're a lot of things, ex-Scientologists, but like we are from day one taught everything is your fault. Everything that's bad, you pull in. Yeah, I love that too, that line. Everything that you pull in, everything that's bad, you pull in. It's because of you. Everything that's good, we got to give that up to LRH. Hip, hip, hooray. Everything that's good was gifted to you by L. Ron Hubbard. This is true. Everything that's bad, because I'm diabetic, I pulled that in and I got to get some auditing to handle that. If I'm in a car accident, that's my fault. I pulled that in. So we're all about accountability, responsibility. We don't dodge that. Not that I know of. I don't know any ex-Scientologist or current Scientologist. Hey, Dylan, that is like, not me. I didn't do it. Not my fault. It was them. It was them. You see a lot of non-Scientologists doing that. I see a lot of content creators that are not responsible for anything, right? Or they won't even turn the camera on themselves. But that's also just people in the world. But it's hard for me to surround myself with anyone who's like, I didn't do it. I'm not responsible for that. Like the gaslighting type shit. I was married to a man like that. And it's hard to do that because as Scientologists, we take on not only our own responsibility, but we kind of carry around everybody else's too. We're just taught to do that. Anyway, I don't know where that came from, but I'm glad I said it because I really, really, really love that movie line. I love Philip Seymour Hoffman. Hey, Erica H. And he's just such a good actor. My God, he's a good actor. And I'm not over his death. Him and James Gandolfini, well, Tom Petty, Robin Williams. Like there's some of them I'm just not over it yet. I'm not fully processed that they're gone. Yeah, I meant it's okay to come on and not pretend you're okay. You don't put on rose-colored glasses and just act like nothing's wrong. You tell it like it is. You don't pretend. Yes, that's true. That's true. I will come on and stream and say, this is not a good day for me. Here's what I'm going through. I just find that refreshing and I don't want to be any other way. I don't want to come on and misdirect and try to like throw shade and chaos and go, don't look at me, look at this. It's just not my style. Yeah, Lee saying, I love that movie. I love that movie. So love you, Dylan. I'm glad that you popped in. That's nice. I love Dylan. So that's that. Please hit subscribe while you're in here if you want to. And I want to say thank you tonight, guys, for the super chats. Thank you for the memberships. I always appreciate that. But more importantly, yeah, Jessamine, it's my love language, quality time, right? Yeah, Debbie Zito. And I appreciate your time. I always appreciate your feedback. I love it when you guys just engage with me. That's what I love about this channel. So thank you. Thank you for being here. I will be back tomorrow, probably in the afternoon. But guys, I mean it. I love you all and I appreciate you being here. I'm glad that Huxley popped in and I will see you guys tomorrow. Everybody have a good night. And here comes Fred.